subscribers, welcome. Here, if you are new subscribers, I am Sophia, and this is Divinity Within Me, where we take time to get in touch with the divine. Okay, guys. So let's start off. Um, I was going to do the love reading last night, and then I'm not even going to lie, I got caught up watching, I never seen the movie Maleficent. And I definitely fell asleep. This is the thing, right? If you're not like watching a movie with somebody, or if you're too comfortable maybe with somebody, sometimes you just fall right asleep, right? Lots of messages that are coming through, movies, music, sounds, signs you guys are going to see and feel a lot, okay? So let's start off with our white sage from California. Dear universe, source creators, spirit guides, angels, ancestors, archangels, ancient deities, galactic federation of love, light, ascended masters, all of those beings that are here of the highest vibrational frequency to help us to raise the consciousness of humankind and to evolve in this leveling in love. Thank you for your guidance, for your presence, for your clear and concise and precise messages, and for the highest outcome of the collective and the vibrational frequency of love and highest light possible. We thank thee for your presence, for your guidance, for your messages, and for your protection, right? Mm, I wish you guys could smell this. This is so beautiful. Oh, the white sage. Okay. So I was here and I was about to start the thing, and then the phone died, so I had to plug it in. And it was interesting because I went and got a piece of this mirror, and I wanted to talk to you guys about this, because this happened like last week. I want to say this happened last week, and last week, um, I was sitting here doing like a channeling and meditation, or maybe doing some writing. I write a lot, and yes, I do a lot of writing. I'm old school like that, but I was sitting here, and all of a sudden I heard this like explosion. I was like, what is falling? Like, what do I even have like in this bathroom? Like, this is super strange, right? Like, what is this going on here right now? And I got up and I went and I looked in there and I saw the mirror. This mirror was shattered. This mirror was completely shattered. So for some of you guys, you maybe have been, or maybe you have experienced some type of mirror magic, or some type of like um, like an illusion type spell, right? So when the mirrors are older, what's interesting about when the mirrors are older is um, it's a different type of material, right? And I was picking up on something, right? Like similar to Lewis Carroll's book, right? Through the Looking Glass, right? When Alice is like, and she sees this and she kind of like steps through the mirror. So this is very similar. And I know they depicted this in a few different movies, right? And it's very similar because I'm just like, there's no reason for a mirror to just explode. And it exploded from the center, right? It cracked from the center out, this circular mirror. And I was like, that's super weird, right? Because I put all these mirrors that are in this space, but none of them can actually like see or view me. Only like parts are only if I'm standing right in front of them. They can't really see or deflect anything else. Before, I had to do a large cleansing on all of the mirrors in my spaces, because in all of the rooms in the whole house and everything like this, right? Um, because there is some type of energetics or magic. Okay. So if you're feeling, if every time you go to the mirror and you feel like tired, or you're feeling like, oh, I feel really old or really ugly or whatever, like, may I suggest you look into a different mirror, or may I suggest you don't worry, like you don't put on the makeup or whatever else you want. I know it's funny coming from me because I sat and did this, right? Because I was going to go live and do the makeup and talk about the mirror while I was doing the makeup. But um, the reality is, right, it is they can change the perception. So a lot of, and I noticed this yesterday when I was talking about, when I started talking about people in charge or reptilian energy, it started distorting my voice. And not for the whole video, just for this piece that I was speaking about. But they can watch through the devices, through the social medias, especially they control the medias, right? They manipulate that, but also through the mirrors, because this is a way that they can manipulate. It depends. Like if you're narcissistic or something, like if you're consistently looking in the mirror or you're doing something in the mirror, they can also feed off of that narcissistic energy where it's like you want to keep, you're trying to look better, you're trying to get dressed, or you're really stuck in that space, right? Hello. And so if you're really stuck in that space of needing to see or be in the mirror, right? Like this is when I just tell you, go ahead and look at your own reflection, right? Look at your own reflection, right? See see what's in the mirror, right? Because there's nothing outside of self. What is being reflected back to us is something that is happening internally that self is asking for us to see, to comprehend, to understand, right? It's another reflection. So sometimes this is coming through different people. Hello, everybody. Sometimes this is coming through different scenarios or situations, right? Like it starts to replay. And so there is a type of manipulation that's also going on through it because they want to, or distortion. Distortion is a better word. Okay. And how they explain it to me is they create some type of distortion um, for people to not feel good enough, to not feel like they look good enough, to maybe be stuck on how they look, posing or taking the pictures. Like you see all of these selfies are done in the bathrooms and these mirrors and stuff like this, right? So this is just a very interesting thing that came up and they want me to touch base on. They really want me to talk about it apparently. So let's do, you guys, since we already did our cleansing, let's do some of these romance angels, okay? Let's do some romance angels. Give me 1 second. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Yes, you can hear me. Okay. So let's do some romance angels. And how do you know the difference? Okay. How do you know the difference between the type of people that are coming into your life, right? I know that I put this on the front, right? The deception, okay? People that are true, that are authentic, aren't really attempting to run any type of deception. Now, there is a lot of situations where people do put on false masks in situations because they're afraid that people might see the real them. Okay. Now, what's interesting about this is the twin flame, so the twin flame connection, you might feel this, but this is going to be a self-reflection, right? The other person is going to point out all of those things, not physically, not mentally, not emotionally. You're going to spiritually like feel that, right? You're going to feel like that you can't, that you have to come correct to this person. There's no other way, right? For soulmates, now you can be a lot more open or understanding or um, wanting to connect, but generally soulmates are wearing some type of mask. And why do I say that? Not the same type of mask as the deception as the karmic, but the the soulmate is wearing some type of mask because when we connect with these soulmates, they're not always intimate. They don't always have to be intimate. They can be family members, they can be friends, they can be communities, they can be jobs, right? Um, we have different people, different scenarios that show up depending on what it is. And the soulmates are ones that come in and we see them, we see everything as one way when we enter. right? So it's almost like we are wearing a mask, or like we're wearing some type of glasses or something, where we're not able to quite see everything in the beginning. And as more time comes, we see more of who we are ourselves. We see more of ourselves within these other people. We see more of other people within these other people. And we think, wow, these are all the things that I have been deceptive to myself about, right? Generally, the soulmate, generally, not always, but generally, the soulmate is not going to be super deceptive to you. You will see that, or you will come to find out that maybe you and this other person were wearing some type of mask, right? There was some type of deception because you wanted it to work out, and you were attempting to be the best version of yourself. And sometimes that comes off as too pretentious, right? Sometimes it comes off as deception because people aren't actually being honest about who they are. They're giving their all in that beginning, but they don't intend to continue. They just want to get you on the hook, right? They want to hook and bait, right? This narcissistic type situation. But we have to be grateful because the soulmates are what's life changing for us, right? That is what creates a whole different, it changes everything for our forward trajectory, everything for our future, everything we understand and know about ourselves, about relationships, about other people. And that's where these soulmates come into play. And there is this little type of deception. Now the karmic is the one that's going to be the most deceptive. It's going to be the one that's going to feel the most comfortable. Why is it feel the most comfortable when it's karmic, and it's going to be the most uncomfortable shift? Because that's kind of how it works, right? Soulmates can start as feeling comfortable and then move quickly to uncomfortable, right? That's how you know it's a soulmate. You know it's a big lesson that you guys are learning and healing some type of karmatic or traumatic, like healing and growing together. Whereas the karmic, the karmic is simply there to try to keep you stuck in your old ways, right? That's the karmic lesson, right? That keeps repeating itself over and over and over and over, right? Um, for many of you guys, this can be about loving yourself first, okay? Especially the twin flame journey. Um, your self respect makes you more romantically attractive. So many of you guys have stopped choosing the other person, the other situation, the other partner, the whatever, the people pleasing, the not wanting to disrupt or hurt anybody else's feelings. You know, you may have done this. Let me move this up a little. You may have done this in the process of healing, and in the process of doing that, and this is something that I felt a lot from as the feminine collective has been rising, is that we haven't had the ability to love ourselves because we've always been in situations where we were reliant to have to care for or love other people, where love was seem or effort or our ability to exist was purely transactional, and we haven't been able to till this moment in history, right? In her story, we haven't really been able to care or take care for ourselves or to do all of these things, right? And so we've been more reliant on having to have these partners. And so now we're coming back into balance, right? Of masculine and feminine. And what does this mean? Um, um, what it means is like, there's been a lot of imbalance in masculine and feminine for a very, very long time, right? And because of that, there's going to require more, um, maybe more offerings to the feminine, more support of the feminine. There's going to be a larger need for the feminine, right? And so it's going to create this whole other thing. Um, And the reality of the situation is right, is this whole structure, the entire structure has been off balance. And so it's got to come back into balance, right? And so we find out where it is. Okay. For some of you guys, you have been feeling this is in reverse. You have been wondering, is it safe for you to love? Is it not safe for you to love? It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Now, for many of you guys that are here, you may have been, you may have come out of um, some really toxic or karmic relationships. And the reality of the situation is you have to say thank you for the lesson, right? Thank you for the lesson. I really appreciate that. And then you have to move on and be like, you know what? Wow, that's great. Thank you. Because the contrast, in the end of the day, the contrast is what creates the yes or the no. That's what defines the infinite yes or no about yourself, right? It's like when you feel something so uncomfortable, when you feel someone belittling you so much that you're just like, no, I'm not even gonna like respond. I'm not even gonna reply, right? Because most people, especially most men, you know, have these mommy issues, right? Nowadays, right? They want to say, oh, women have daddy issues, but really, men have mommy issues, right? They are, they have been too well taken care of without having to take care of. And that's where the imbalance is, right? Because back in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, men were taking care of multiple families, multiple houses. They were running everything. And that's why women were soft and taking care of the children and cooking food and doing all of that. Like, why is that imbalance? Because dudes nowadays expect everything to be 50-50 or dumb shit like that, right? They don't respect the goddess for what she is. They want to mock and belittle and do all of these other things. And that's their choice, right? That's a baseline of their character, right? It's a choice. It's a choice, right? Nobody tells you, like, not to stab your grandma or the person in front of you in line, right? You just like, no, you make the choice every time you wait in line, whether it's stressful or not, and say, you know what? Either I want to wait in line or I'm going to come back when there's nobody here. I'm just going to shut the fuck up because I need this thing. Or I'm just going to go the fuck somewhere else, right? Like it's a choice, right? But nobody tells you that's right or wrong. It's like you inherently know. You inherently know. And so systematically, men have been taught to be the woman, to be the bitch, and to bitch and complain that that's their trajectory back towards women. And so there's going to be a bit of time where, as we're balancing this out, where, you know, woman is going to have to be not idolized, that's the wrong word, but really worshiped, really admired, really loved, really respected, right? Um, in order for any ability um, to move forward, right? So it's just like it's a choice, right? Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type or expectation. So as you evolve in the way that you um, learn to communicate, right? um, as you stop being like an infantile toddler and you actually can communicate like an adult, um, then you will find that your mind will be a lot more open, that you'll be a lot more open to hearing people out, to seeing what they have to say, to seeing what they're about. But you also might be um, a lot more open to different types, different styles, different places. Maybe even for many of you guys, you may be actually somebody from a different country, a different background. Okay. For many, I'm picking up on this this chemistry, this very rags to riches. Okay, this card, these few cards here is telling me like this person somebody here, somebody in my collective, um, keep an open mind, but also this other person has kept an open mind about you. Maybe for a while they thought that you, how do I say this? They thought that maybe you were below them, right? This patriarchal bullshit. They thought that maybe you were below them, maybe because they're more popular or they made more money or whatever else, right? Or maybe they just had a dick and they just thought that. I don't know. But the situation, what I'm picking up on here, is that somebody thought that they were much better than collective. And what they're really understanding is actually collective is has higher accolades than them, right? And so what it's saying is keep an open mind. So in both directions, uh, don't put anybody above or below you necessarily, unless you're doing it in a fun sort of way, I guess, right? But um, don't be fooled. Don't, what is it? How is it? Don't let a book fool you by its cover, right? So somebody might pretend to be one type of way, but might actually be another type of way behind closed doors. There might be some other type of way, right? Chemistry. There is strong magnetic attraction here. So this comes when people start loving themselves. Now, when people love themselves, they don't attack other people. They're not mean or negative or whatever to other people. Those are people that like to start fights. Those are more karmic relationships, right? When people start to break you down. So the difference between a karmic and a soulmate, right, and a twin flame, right, is a karmic will belittle. A karmic will attempt to um, cause bouts, cause something to fight over because they have nothing going for them, right? They will try to trap you or distract you or annoy you to bother you. They will try to break through your walls and your doors. Actually, listen to this. Hold on, you guys. Give me a second. My my cat literally is trying to break through my door. How about that? Break down those walls. For some of you guys, you may have some walls. You may have some pretty tough walls up, and that could be part of your that could be part of your actual problem right now. You may actually have some people may have some pretty tough walls up. Okay. You may be blocking some type of chemistry from coming in because you're keeping walls up, because you're using old defense mechanisms, something like this. Hello, everybody. I can't really see what you're fucking writing. I'm just doing the reading. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Now, a soulmate, a karmic can fool you, but not all the time. A soulmate will be, they will seem a bit supportive. There won't be a falsification in it. Whereas a karmic, there will be a falsification in the support. It will be like half-wit, right? Like they'll only do something to receive clout or accolades. Like maybe they'll only get you something in front of someone else or to tell somebody else that they did something for you, right? Like that's karmic relationship. Twin flame would never do that. Soulmate would maybe do that if they were trying to get more attention or prove a point, but really that's an action of a karmic. They're doing something now. Yeah, they're only making the effort because how it's looking to other people, and that because other people can see it. For some of you guys, you will, if you do stay optimistic, some of you guys, actually, a large portion of my my collective, my collection, my pretties, you do have someone coming in to make the effort, which is awesome. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Now, for many of you guys, this So they want me to talk about twin flame for the strong, intense chemistry for this twin flame, right? Um, for this collective, not everyone has a twin flame. Let's just be real. Okay. Let me just be direct with you guys right now. Not everyone has a twin flame. Okay. This is like a 1 percentile type thing. Okay. These are very special. Now there's the 144,000 chosen souls, right? They're like the light warriors, the star seeds, the rainbows, all of this, right? And there's that, right? And then there's like the 1% of that are like twin flames. Okay. Everyone else is pretty much a soulmate unless you're a first time normie, unless you're a first time lifey, unless you're a first time meat sacky, unless you're a first time human. Most people have been here or have reincarnated multiple times. So you will have multiple soulmates throughout your lifetime. You will have multiple karmics throughout your lifetime. You will not always have a twin flame. Most likely, 99% of the time, you will not. This is something that many people romanticize. It is not a romantic journey, okay? And many of the twin flames, let's be direct about this, many of the twin flames do not reach union, okay? This is only like the fourth to sixth tiers, okay? Tier 1, 2, and 3 and 4 maybe that started different phases of this journey and different times. They've entered at different times, periods in our human time, right? To do different things for the collective heart, the collective love, something like this. Okay. So not everybody has a twin flame. Not everybody is going to experience a twin flame connection or a twin flame union. Now, a lot of the karmics that you will experience will try to fake flame you, okay? Fake flame, okay? Where it's like so many things maybe feel like like they make sense or be connected. You know, I have my other friend, she's like, but don't you think it's weird, like our names and this and that and all of these things? And I was just like, I do think that's weird because this person was physically violent, like aggressing, like and not being kind. So like maybe in 5 or 10 years that person might come back, but like no, I think that that's a false flame, and I think that there's so many um of the twin flame journeys that are attempting to actually come together in union that are actually experiencing or have experienced this. Okay. So what we'll do is first, what's really important, and what they're telling me with the mirror, right, is first to like call your power back to you, right? I call my power back to me from any person, place, thing, being, entity, time, realm, existence. I call my power back to me. I cancel any contract that I may have previously made, anything that is not of my highest vibrational frequency and path forward from this moment forward. I call all of my power back to me. And so mote it be, right? First, call your power back to you, right? All your power back to you. Then cleanse, right? Cleanse your energy, cleanse your energetic space. I cleanse and remove any attached entities, any um any handling spirits, any monitoring spirits or beings or entities, anything that is here to weigh me down, to judge, to distort, I remove, I rebuke, and return all of those energies, beings, entities to their source of where they came from. Okay. And so mote it be. Okay, guys. So return them. Return to sender. Address is known. Return to sender right back to your home. Leave me alone. Something like that, right? And then cleanse yourself. Light, call back in, call back in. Whoever's bringing in you guys, these spirits is telling me to teach you guys this. So cleanse yourself, dear universe, source, creator, spirit guides, angels, ancestors, archangels, ascended masters, ancient deities, all of those here, keeping the frequency high and keeping all monitoring spirits and handling spirits and beings and entities and frequencies to go blind, deaf, dumb, and crazy and back to where they came from. So mote it be. Thank you for your protection and your cleansing. Okay, so for many of you guys, you have been on this twin flame journey and you may have been fake flamed. Okay, so let's get back to this. Deception, you guys. Like, deception. Yeah. You may have been fake flamed, and how you will notice the difference, how you will notice it's actually a karmic or a soulmate is because this fake out, is because this unrequited love, is because they will have said, well, if you did this or if you did that, blah, 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 creating some type of ultimatum. Okay. When you have a twin flame, it doesn't matter how long feminine's been taking the beatings on the path. It doesn't matter. When you have a twin flame, it's like there may be things that piss you off, like that you feel, but a lot of those are exterior input, exterior program, also interior disruption, right? That's creating it. And um blocking you from giving this relationship a chance, because now what's going to happen, right? Because love is the strongest force, we're going to see a lot more of these twin flame unions actually coming in to union, even though you wouldn't normally see all of them happening. That they've sent in a couple new rounds in the last 5 or 10 years, you guys. They've sent in a couple new rounds. Why? Because it's that important. Because it is that important. Give your relationship a chance. Okay. So for some of you guys, the it doesn't matter how many relationships, how many people, how many things come and go. What you will notice about the twin flame journey is you will always feel that person, and not in a bad or negative way. The twin flame will always um, the twin flame journey will always encourage you to be your best self, to step into your highest being's highest power, highest self, right? And to be your best self. And in that process, it's going to keep pushing you to become that the feminine or the masculine. It's going to challenge everything you know of what you thought your basis of that was, and it's going to push you and catapult you and really just make you step into all, like, to your highest vibration of self. It's not going to make you minimize yourself, minimize your skills, your shine, your effort. No, no, no. It may give you extra work, but it will never minimize you. It will never belittle, it will never betray, it will never um breadcrumb, you know. None of these things are going to happen with a twin flame connection. Yeah, you deserve love. You are lovable. You will somehow always feel um okay, for some of you, you might feel some people get caught up on the twin flame journey and they become in this state of codependency. Okay, the twin flame journey is not about codependency. You are not having codependency. Now, there's a fine line of running the codependency in the twin flame union, okay, where it can be like, oh, well, I know this is going to happen and blah, 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 whatever. There is a fine line between running the codependency and actually being codependent. Now, being codependent, which is just always the need. Now, this is where most of the masculine have this wound, right? As in this codependency era, right? This is where they have this female wound, the mother wound, where they didn't have their mother or their mommy wasn't present or didn't give them as much attention or energy as they wanted. And that's what creates the codependency. That's what creates them needing the feminine to show up as the mother figure, right? That's what she really needs is uh that's what they really need her to do, right? Is to show up as that mother figure. And that's how it doesn't work out. That's why divine unions will push each person to become the best version of masculine and the best version of feminine, and whatever that is, whatever version that is. That doesn't mean each one is specifically masculine and male and female. It does not have to be. But what it does mean is that what it does is remove the codependency, because it makes each one of the people have to be the most divinely connected to their actual being that they can be, right? Um, which is interesting, because the more that I stepped out of masculine and got into receptive mode, and then stepped into figuring out how to balance both of them, I definitely feel more feminine. I definitely am doing more feminine. I'm definitely more in the receptive mode. I'm definitely in more baking and making, and even putting on makeup, which is really funny, right? But it's playful, right? It's this creation, it's this colorful, it's this playful state, right? Um, wrapping hair up in silk and different colors and things, like, it's playful. It's very feminine. Now, does this mean that masculine never gets to play? That he's always got to be working and doesn't get to do this? No. Okay, I'm hearing that they deserve to play. They deserve love and all of this. They deserve to free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So yeah, you can also call any control back, right? Any type of control back. Now, the feeling that you will get from the divine union is not forever waiting or wondering, right? It will be like, this is it. This is it, right? And yeah, for some of you guys, somebody is actually going to come in and make the effort. Okay. So let's get some tarot. I kind of want to do where are they, at the bottom here? These ones. Okay, guys. So many different tarot decks. Drink your water. I love my water infused with cinnamon. This is good to call in wealth. And cleansing. Okay. So, guys and girls. Okay, you guys, I know I see you guys are writing so much stuff. I can't really see what you guys are writing, and I'm not going to try to like go that far to squint. It's like high up and far away. I just tried to have it here so you guys can actually see me and the cards. I've attempted to change a little bit of the positioning. Also, I'm in a small studio space. It's a choice that I made, right? And so just because feminine chooses to be safe and secure, just because one or the other chooses themselves to create safety or security, I think this is really important. This is a lesson that's going on in the collective energy, which is the need or want to feel safe and secure, to feel like home is safe, to feel like home is a sanctuary. This could be something that's really important. For some of you guys, you may be changing homes. They may want to bring you home, to take you home. They may want to be choosing a home with you. First, we have the Fool. The Page of Cups in reverse. The Star in reverse. The High Priestess. Death in reverse, and the Lovers. Okay, so let's look at it like this. So firstly, in this spot, maybe somebody was supposed to take a leap of faith, or they wanted to take a leap of faith, but they didn't. See how he's kind of sitting here, kind of like rocking back and forth, like, fuck, I did the wrong thing. I said the wrong thing. I did the wrong action. Um, uh, and he's like rocking back and forth like shit. Okay. I would say this person feels like they missed this opportunity to make this offering of love because it's followed with a page of cups in reverse and the star in reverse. Okay. So this person's wish, somebody's wish fulfillment, I'm going to say it's very strong masculine energy, Piscean energy, does not have to be. Okay. It's just strong energy of what I'm picking up. Also Aquarian energy. Um, okay, does not have to be, okay? What's going on is they feel foolish. They were supposed to take a leap of faith, or maybe they did in the wrong direction. Maybe they offered their cup, or maybe they wished that they could have waited longer to offer their cup. And for some, I really feel like they offered their cup to the wrong person, okay? For some of you guys, this lover, oh yeah. As I open up the other lovers. Okay, if you notice in this deck, this has 4 lovers. Okay, in both of these cards that came out, this is the first card that came out. It's same sex, same sex. Okay, so yeah, for some of you guys, you could have wished they could really have a same sex relationship. They could really be gay, trans, something like this, and they are stuck in this mental prison because they can't actually come out of the closet. Okay. And so they need to receive attention and things like this other ways. And sometimes how they do that is by um, either dating pretty girls, hanging out with pretty girls, being around pretty girls in man's sense. Okay. And they stay stuck. They're basically trapped in this thing. But the thing is they know that collective knows. Okay, High Priestess energy with Death in reverse, and then the Lovers. Okay, and what they know is like they fucked up because they chose somebody else. They chose a man. They chose to listen to what a man said, or also a male lover. Okay. Um, Now, I am picking up 2 things here. One, that this person's not sure if they're gay, or it was a secret thing that they were hiding and they didn't want anybody else to know, and now it's coming to light, or it's just been blown completely out of the water and everybody knows now. Um, Welcome to my channel. So for some of them, what happened is they were listening to this friend who was supposedly like a brother, like a really close friend, family, something like this. And this person was convincing them to not offer this couple up, to not do this, right? To act hard or to act in a certain type of way to get a certain type of response. And what that did is collective knows, because maybe many of you guys are psychic or very intuitive, of course, if you're here, and you said, no fucking way, right? Cut it off. Cut it off. They felt it. Okay. They could have felt the other man, the other person. Now, for some of you guys, this person didn't realize that that this man, that this best friend, that whatever, was actually like attempting to drop the wrench in the relationship, in the wheel. Okay, that was their thing, because they actually were in love with them and they were afraid to actually tell them that they were in love with them. But so they created all of this whole big scenario so they would be the one that would be there for them. And then it's like, oh well, they didn't chase after you, so they basically don't love you, but I love you, and we're here for each other, and basically create this whole thing where it's like, no, it's normal, like it's normal, right? Like girls like to be with girls, and so like guys can be with guys, and we can just keep it as our little secret. Wow, guys, this is a lot. Okay. We can keep it as our little secret, and then you have more options, and you can play with all your options. You can play with all the extra plus, I guess. So for many of you guys, there's some other deeper shit. Yeah. Someone was trying to keep all their options open again. Okay. You just saw me shuffle twice. Okay. Someone wanted to keep their offer open because their options open because they thought that they had more time. They thought that they could waste time, and they thought that they would always have this ability to come back to collective, and that collective would always just be in love with them, and that it would be perfect, and that they could be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. But what's going on is actually they've been wasting their time because they've been running all their other options, like the Knight of Pentacles over here, stopping to smell all the flowers or taste all of the flowers or lick all of the flowers along the way. Meanwhile, collective is being offered, okay, a cup of love from somebody that is true, that is a true match, that even Cupid and the heavens, everybody approves of. Yeah, and they're not going to be single anymore because someone actually did make that effort. Someone actually did make that effort to say, "Hey, I want to create balance. I want to create change. I want to create this new life with you." Yeah. This can be someone that's coming back. Okay. This can be a past life lover, a soulmate, somebody that they maybe used to date or knew from a while before. Does not have to be, but this is a Six of Cups energy. And look at how this looks like. They're coming back. Very, very charming, coming back to the rescue. They are offering this beautiful cup. Look at with all these, while this person's still over here, like, let me think. I got all these options. Options. Baby, I got options. And this other person is over there just being like, here, whatever you want. You can have whatever you like. You can have that collective is like divine feminine is like, wow, okay, wait, let me think about what do I want. I have all the fruit and all the love and all of the money and all of the respect and all of the time and everything I ever wanted. I just have to tell you what it is. While this other douchebag is over here like, I can get other things. And this other one over here is like, I'm gonna lock that shit down. Is your healing stage over? For many of you guys, they may understand that you're in the healing stage or phase, and they may want to bring that directly to an end. Yeah. No need to cry over spilt milk anymore. They will buy you more. Don't worry. Um, you did not miss an opportunity. Sometimes the universe says they had you miss something because it would have had you in this position, right? You would have been in this nightmare position. And yeah, interesting. The Three of Coins. Yeah, this is somebody that's going to want to work with you. Somebody you could start off working some type of business or something together. Okay. King of Swords. This could be a Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. It doesn't have to be, but there is strong air energy. It can be strong in their charts, or this is just somebody that is action oriented, that knows what they want. They're like, fuck everybody that's stupid. They're going to come in and secure that. They're like, boom, security. For some of you guys, you might be getting famous. You might be going somewhere. You might actually get security guards. For some of you guys, might be getting security guards. Am I picking up on that right? Okay. Yeah, you may already. Yeah. For many of you guys, the people who wronged you, who tried to take from you, who tried to keep you out of balance, who tried to cause um, reactionary fights, reactionary arguments, who got paid to be handlers or monitoring spirits, anything like this, that's coming to an end. They are having their tower. Okay, yeah, this Queen of Wands, this Jezebel spirit that tried to get in the way, that tried to stop this love from coming into play. It's going down in the mall. It's going down. No, them all, them all, them all. It's going down. Them all is going down. Um, yeah, it's going down. So, yeah, for some of you guys, yeah, the 5 up coins. somebody that wanted you to be abandoned and wanted you to feel alone, someone that maybe tried to abandon you. Look at this broken mirror, you guys. Walking on broken glass. Look. Okay, this is a very strong, okay. So for many of the masculines out there or the boys or whoever is out there, because there's very strong energy on this, is that um, there is that the mother was very large portion of the wounding of how the masculine sees himself, how he doesn't feel man enough, how he doesn't feel like he has enough to offer. Um, the mother, the mother wound, yeah, how he doesn't feel like he's good enough, like he can work, like maybe he's for some of them they're feeling abandoned or less than feminine because feminine can actually provide more. She is literally like masculine's genie. She's like the genie in the lamp. All of his wishes only come true from her. But because his mother, because he hasn't healed the mother wound, because he hasn't taken the action to heal the mother wound, this is showing up in this manner, okay? In this devil manner, which is turning into addictions, sex addictions, drug addictions, porn, and all these people coming in on them. They're doing it to themselves, but it's also like they're putting themselves around all of these people, all these lower dark demonic people that are stabbing them in the back. And see that one sword there is right there. It's like you didn't get all 10 swords, you got 9 because they left you one to off yourself with. That's what they're doing. Okay. So this is from masculine that has not healed this mother wounding. Okay. This mother, how they look, it doesn't necessarily only have to be mother wound. It's very strong mother wound because this is look like a mother and a son. Okay. Does not have to be. It can also be a parent wound, right? To where it's like people keep trying to look in the mirror. They think that their value is found by how they look to the rest of the world. So like how they're appearing to be, right? So the rest of the world is like, well, you have to do this by this age, and you have to do that, and you have to go to college, and you have to do this, and you have to have kids, and you have to be married, and you have to do, and this is this old way of thinking that has abandoned us because as we look in the mirror, we're trying to match all of these old objectives when we don't have the same capacity or possibility. Now, we do have a lot more capacity as far as emotional intelligence, our ability to communicate, our ability to say things, to do therapy and all this other stuff, right? We do have a plethora of other things that we actually can excel at now. However, there is still this wounding, okay? Masculine still has this wounding, okay, from this abandonment, okay, mostly from the mother. And that's why they're stabbing this sword in a lot of the feminines backs because this wound, because they realize, because the devil wants to tell them you're good, you can use women, you can belittle them, you can do all of these things, that can be your truth. But every sword that you throw comes right back to your back because feminine is creator, right? So you have to heal that wound, masculine. You have to heal that mother wound. Yeah. That's what's blocking all of your ancestral wealth, your generational wealth. That's what's blocking the actual love coming in. This is the 10 of Cups in reverse. Okay. So had this wound, okay, it has really got into masculine. It's preventing them from maybe even being successful, from feeling like they can be successful, from feeling like they can have money or a partner or anything, right? Can you give me more clarification on this mother wound, please? For many of them, um, they can feel angry because they feel heartbroken that feminine should be receiving more than them. Okay, this is super wounded masculine. This is very childish. Whose ever energy this is very childish. This is very like teenage energy, to where they're trying to create lies or deceptions or hide things. Okay, hide that they're hurt. Okay, that their heart is hurt. They're trying to hide it because they don't believe that feminine should be able to receive all of this because they didn't receive that from their feminine whatever. So why should they give it if they didn't get it? Because we're trying to heal it. We're trying to heal it. That's why. That's why, little boys. That's why. Okay? Because if feminine is not receiving, and if you're falsely giving to her when you're trying to use it against her, then that's also not receiving. That's high. That's hiding. Okay, the moon. That's lies. That's deception. Okay, that's wearing false masks. That's deception. That's karmic activity. That's narcissistic behavior. Okay, doing something, being like, well, I did this for them just to lord it over their head. That is covert narcissism. If you do something for somebody, then you did it for them. That's it. You did it for them. If you made some type of agreement, like I do this, and then when I need something from you, I'm going to let whatever, that's different. But if you did something for somebody, then you did it for them. And that's it. The whole world doesn't need to fucking know. Nobody else needs to know, actually. It's like, what? You fed the homeless, but you made a fucking video of it just so you can put it on social media and be like, look, I feed homeless people. Like, bro, what? Why is it anybody else's information that you help or do things for anybody else? Something you need to ask yourself. I don't know why that's coming in strongly on the channel, but it's coming. Divine creation itself. When women are pregnant, when women get pregnant, if there is too much stress, it will stay a female. You all start as females. You all come from pussies also, but you all start genetically as females until a woman's body decides to morph you into male or not. Okay? You don't come sperm, male, female. Like, no, creation starts as woman, comes from woman, is woman. Okay, guys? That's why you need to worship and make offerings, because creation itself, divinity itself, is the feminine part of you. It's the feminine in general. That's what births everything, including new you, right? But first there's the ego death. Okay? And everybody has both masculine and feminine energy. Some people are meant to be, and that this is where you see different roles of, not all, some transgenders just love to feel what it feels like to be a woman, I guess, but many are doing it because maybe they've had a lot of lives and they feel more comfortable as the opposite sex, right? It's actually, it's here to challenge the way that we think. It's here to let us know that the gender isn't as specific as the idea of balancing the masculine and feminine genders within yourself. And to be honest, I mean, I don't know, I'm from San Francisco. And so for me, I feel like a lot of these trans people have really figured out how to balance, not all of them, right? Not all of them, but have really figured out how to balance the masculine and feminine, right? Because they're like out there, they still got dicks, but they're wearing high heels and makeup and dressing up and doing all that crazy fucking dancing and shit. Like, that's fucking next level, bro. Like, that is the Mars energy, that is masculine energy. Like, let's do it. And like feminine audacity, right? So how do you, right? I'm not saying cross-dressing is the way, right? I don't know. I have been told I can definitely look very androgynous. So, yeah, I can put on a baseball cap and hide as a guy very easily. So it's nice to be in my feminine energy. It's nice. It's fun to put on like makeup or a dress and just bake cookies or pumpkin pie or bread or whatever, like that's great. But figure out what creation itself means to you, what that means to you. Sometimes it means tending to your garden. Sometimes it means just taking care, like caring for yourself. Sometimes that means resting. Sometimes that means going to do something fun. Sometimes it means different things. Sometimes it means putting in hard work so you can rest, right? How do you balance everything out in um, your being? Okay, guys. So karmics are generally narcissists and they don't actually love you. You will know that they're karmic because you will start to notice, okay, if you're aware, your awareness, um, that their love is transactional, or every time you do something for them, they belittle it. Like, let's say you make somebody dinner. Let's say you make somebody cookies or a cake and they say, oh, how they respond is everything. If they say, wow, thank you so much. You work so hard. I really appreciate it. I love all of the effort and the energy. If they say that, instead of, oh, well, it's not really as sweet, or it's too salty, or it's whatever, right? If they say thank you, but automatically criticize, not ask if they can share their honest opinion, or if they do, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's not what you do, it's how you do it, right? And you will notice with karmics that they will start to they will consistently be doing little things like that just to help you to belittle yourself, to keep you in need of them, to keep you just below their status quo, right? Like, oh, it would be perfect if, instead of, wow, this is super good. Oh my God, how did you make this? Bro, like next time we should try it with blueberries. Also, like, can you imagine? Like, oh, I can only imagine. Can we make this again together? Like, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. It's not what you say, it's how you say it, right? If they're just like letting you always do everything, but you're noticing that they're not really doing much except for always having something to fucking say about it, that's karmic, whether it's family, friends, lover, whatever. Okay, your actual friends are gonna be cool. They're gonna say like, oh, I support you in what you're doing, but like actually, homegirl, like, no, that shit ain't that fire. Like, you could actually do better. Like, actually, I liked your brownies or your cupcakes better than your pie or whatever. Like, they're gonna say that, and it's gonna be different. They're not gonna be like attacking your personal character, like, oh, you really gonna go out like that? Oh, and when they automatically jump on the bandwagon of other people, oh, well, so and so said that you always, yeah, the Knight of Cups. For some of you guys, it's like love bombing. Also, I'm picking up on, they love to love bomb. They love to try to act like they're supportive or they love you, but not really. Okay. For some of you guys, this can be someone that's actually sitting here considering, he's standing up. He's not on a horse, but he is standing up, but still thinking about making this offering of love. Okay, thinking about the actions that need to be taken. For some of them, what they were going to offer you before, this small gesture of love, what they thought was like nice, okay, this small gesture of love, like, oh, maybe we'll just do this. Maybe I'll ask her if she wants to go somewhere or eat something, buy her a little gift, like do something simple. It will make her happy, whatever. Now they realize that your value is much higher than that, okay? They realize that collective value is much higher than that, and that actually they're going to have to come with a lot more. For some of you, because they made a different choice or because they've been doing something else, there's a tower, okay? There is a tower that's coming in, and there is a secret behind the tower. What is this? What is this tower with the moon? Okay. For some of you guys, what's going to happen is you're going to find out, if you haven't already found out, masculine has been hiding something behind your back, okay? They may have, doesn't have to be masculine, but somebody Somebody close to you, somebody that you have some type of relationship with. This can be a lover, this can be a roommate, this can be a neighbor, this can be a friend, community group, something like this, okay? They were secretly planning for your demise, okay? They were trying to keep, somebody was trying to block this happy ending, this marriage from coming into play, this union, okay? Strong Sagittarius energy, strong Piscean energy, strong Aquarius energy, Aries and Scorpio. It does not have to be, but I'm just picking up very strongly on these energies. Yeah, they came through and they blocked it. Okay. They blocked it. They've been blocking it. They've been attempting to create these towers, but now it's kind of backfiring. Yeah, because true love will prevail. Okay. Nothing can actually be said. So against twin flame unions and things like this, nothing can be said that is going to disrupt them knowing from what their ending is, from their ships coming in. Yeah, they know inherently that this is the Empress. Okay, this is the Empress. They do know that there has been a lot of manipulation based around money, based around mind, based around distractions, based around people telling them lots of things and trying to convince them. This is like a lot of for some of you guys, it's a lot of like addictions. Okay, a lot of people that are they're drinking something. Okay, it's not all alcohol. Some of them it's wine. Some of them it's like a GHB or some other type, maybe kratom, something like this. They're drinking something that's getting them kind of lifted, but it's not just. I'm not picking up on just alcohol. There's some other type of something going on. Okay, for some of you guys, you may need to be aware that someone is trying to stab you in the back. Someone is trying to poison you. Not again, guys. Come on. Um, uh, for some of you guys, someone is trying to come in or already has. Maybe they will again, okay, with this deception. Yeah, look, trying to cause you a tower, trying to stab you in the back. Okay, for some of you guys, they may have realized that this is what has already been done to you, collective. Okay, see this deception with the moon, the tower, the Ten of Swords, and then see this Temperance, see him pouring from one cup into another. And this one trying to get them to jump off the ship into the ocean with a knife to kill themselves with. Okay. Okay, guys. Yeah. For some of you guys, they didn't realize that the twin flame journey is actually a very chosen. They're part of the chosen, right? You guys were part of the chosen 144,000. Okay. We are chosen. We are divinely directed, connected. Okay, we're not here for nothing, not for nothing, guys. We're here for something. Yeah, and they are defending it. Now, for some of you guys, what could have happened is they did something that created this ripple. They created some type of ripple that's like ancestral karmatic ripple. And so what's happening now is not just collectives ancestors are haunting these people, but their ancestors are also haunting them, right? They're kicking their, like they're now haunting, and like everybody is now in on it because it's like they're fucking up many family lines, right? They're cursing their own bloodlines by having participated in trying to take out chosen ones. Yeah, yeah, this false love. Okay, so this false flame. Okay, so this is people that tried to offer you love that you may have already been in a relationship with. They may have already offered you this love. You may have been very close to them and something may have happened, or you could be breaking up, or you may have already broken up with them. For some of you guys, you're already no contact. For some of you guys, you may be going no contact forever coming forward. These are someones that kept trying to offer you love, offer you peace over and over and over again, collective, and they were not. They were one of these false flames. Okay, they were distracting. Okay, this can be someone that is the same sex. Does not have to be. This can be, and they were paid, you guys. They were paid, or they were offered money to trade you. Okay, they were basically only trying to do it to collect wealth. Okay, for some of you guys, there could have been a false marriage. Someone falsified a marriage document, hoping that, yeah, and a what do you call it, a power of attorney. Yeah, they had other people. Someone from your past also may have helped them to work on this. Okay, because they lost you and they couldn't be with you. So they aggravated this. Someone aggravated this, okay? This can be a family member. This can be exes. This can be somebody that was very close to you in the past. Someone that should have been a protector. And they may have offered them money to do it, to disrupt this union. What did they pay? What did they? So they did it just for money. Okay. This is the false flame was doing it for money. Okay. So you're going to know because they're not going to show up. They were showing up and offering love to a certain extent, but then they always ran. They always ran for the money. They left you there by yourself, but not in a stable, secure position. Okay. When they were supposed to protect you, they weren't. They were protecting somebody else. For some of them, they can actually have something with child porn, child something like this. Okay. Maybe they were trafficked when they were children. Okay, yeah, the truth is coming out. They can be part of trafficking children. Okay, yeah, with this devil here, strong energy. Tell me about this. Yeah, the Queen of Swords. Yeah, and the truth is now coming out. That's why they're trying to. Yeah, the truth is coming out. So people are getting called out. What's going on with this Lovers in reverse here, please? What's going on with this Lovers in reverse? Justice. Okay, yeah. Someone that pretended to be a lover, someone that pretended to even falsify marriage documentation, right? Someone that did this here, they are getting justice. Look at this. The sword of justice is getting stabbed down. Okay. This is a past lover, a past pretend lover, a false flame, okay? Someone that was drinking from your cup that shouldn't have been drinking from your cup. Many of them could have actually come down with something. Yeah, look at this. They could have come down with, I'm picking up strong on HIV or herpes, some incurable disease, something like this, some autoimmune disorder, something like this. Yeah, from their other lover, okay? They were, that's too many guys. They were doing all this stuff. It's just getting blown out of the water, huh? Yeah. They are no king, no emperor. They like to licky the dicky. And the smell of the bottle. They really like that. Okay. Yeah, and justice is going to come down for some of you guys. This could have been a yeah, okay, strong connection to a prostitution ring. Okay, they could be also moving children, younger girls. Okay, they can be connected to all this. Boys also, younger children. This is not nice. Tell me about this, please. Yeah, they could have been blocking. Okay, for some of you guys, since you were children, these people could have been blocking. They could have been putting people in your ways, potentially, purposely, to block your potential from you achieving your potential, from you believing that you were good enough, for you feeling that you could get this money, this happy ending, this what do you call it? This Two of Cups, right? This divine love. For many of you guys, you didn't even get that love as a child, especially not, okay? So maybe it's not just this masculine energy. It can also be the feminine energy that didn't receive this mother's love. So this family, this happy ending. Tell me about this Ten of Pentacles in reverse, please. They may have been using your money that was yours. Yeah, they were hanging on to something. They were trying to keep you hung up. They were hanging on to something that was yours all along, collective. What is this Ten of Pentacles in reverse and Nine of Pentacles in reverse? Yeah, they were trying to keep you in a lower mind state, like you didn't deserve it, like you were mentally, they may have been saying that you were mentally unable of collecting it, and you actually have been proving that you're not. You've just been under attack for an extended amount of time. Yeah. And now that you're healed, collective, now that you're healed, chosen one, they can't get you in your mind. They can't trap you in this state of mind. They cannot keep you hung up in this state of mind anymore. You're going to get all of this back. Tell me about this legacy. Yeah. Temperance. What goes around comes around. Okay. what they tried to pour into your cup or what they poured out of a cup that belonged to you in the first place will be coming back to you 7 to 10 fold. Yeah, look at this. You will be able to start your new life, your new business, everything. We have the Sun and the Two of Wands. You'll be able to start everything off of this collective. What is this person from the past? Okay, the Hierophant and the Six of Swords. Okay, this could be an organization. This could have been somebody that you've already been married to, somebody that was married, somebody that got married in your name or something like this. Okay, someone from the past. They could have stolen your identity, some type of theft, some type of something. Also, this can be again cult, covenant. Masons, Eastern Star, something like this. This is an organization of some type going away from an organization. This is a past organization that they tried to sell you to. Okay, collective, it's getting more in depth. You know, you may have been feeling it, okay? They tried to put someone sold their soul to the devil, okay? Someone here sold their soul to the devil in the past for love or for something that they did with a child when they were younger, something like this. And what happened is they sold they sold a chosen one. They sold a starlight's energy, this high priestess, this empress high priestess energy. They sold it. Yeah, they sent it to this coven, to this people have been using it, have been taking it, have been feeding it, harvesting off this energy, off of the nightmares, off of the stress, off of the struggle, off of the trauma. Okay. They have literally been feeding off of all of the energy of this light being. Yeah. And okay, so then what happens? What? This is kind of intense. They have been feeding off of this energy and keeping it trapped, keeping them like in this nightmare state, almost like Matrix style shit, something like this. Yeah, now collective is waking up, right? They're finding this passion within. They're finding their inner purpose, their inner flame. And they're like, listen, no, I know that I have this purpose. I know that I am love. I know that I am the blueprint for love. I know that I came here to be the blueprint for love, right? Do you guys ever see this movie? What's it called? The Fifth Element. The Fifth Element, right? Multi-pass, multi-pass. It's like this, right? The fifth element was love. That's the only thing. This is the only thing that kept the planet from getting destroyed was they activated the next senses, which is fucking love and the intuition and the awareness. You guys, this is so funny. Yeah, the King of Cups. So it's that this king or these other people, and maybe even this masculine energy as a whole has been hiding their actual true feelings. Maybe because when the truth comes out, okay, they might find out that they had other lovers. They might find out that they engaged in same-sex things or some other things. They may find out that, okay? Because what it's going to do is it's going to there has to be like, give me more. The Eight of Coins, okay? There is work that has to be put in, okay? For some of them, they may have been putting in this work all this time to get to this place to be able to offer this, right? To be able to be like, yes, now I can offer this, right? Now I can take, they've been trying to make all the actions or take all the actions that they needed to, but there may have been a lot of work, okay? There may have been a lot of work for masculine to be able to accept and to express their love, right? They may not know how to express their passion. King of Swords in reverse. They may not know the proper actions to take because this may be something new, right? This is something new to all of us, right? As we step out of more toxic relationships and we're becoming more aligned, more vibrationally and frequency aligned to higher vibrational people and relationships and things like this, right? As we do that, it is a little bit more difficult because you're like, you don't know whether you should be skeptical. I mean, like, you know for sure, like, okay, I should for sure be skeptical to some extent, right? Because there's lots of people that want to hurt other people and do weird shit. And especially as women, we really have to be aware of that on a consistent basis, which isn't exactly fun, but it is what it is. Um, but we want to change that, right? And as we're changing that, as we're believing that there is these higher vibrational masculines that can actually show up, right? Even as I think about them, then I see someone, like somebody that I know, like, their partner or whatever, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is healthy masculine. This is healthy energy. This is supportive masculine energy that has the ability to be playful and intelligent and whatever, but not overbearing, like, but like, that's the man, right? Like, um, yeah, these old structures are falling down. Okay. So where they may have not known how to take the action, um, they need to make a leap of faith, or they're okay. So what they've been working on is breaking these old ideals of what they've been told are the right actions to take. Okay. So what I'm actually picking up on here is what they've done is there's been a lot of people that actually kind of stab them in the back, including themselves, because every time they wanted to offer something, just make a physical offering or go towards collective, people actually block them. Okay. There's a major third party blocks. Okay. Major people trying to block this wheel of destiny, this wheel of fate from coming through for the collective. And what they had to do, what masculine really had to do is break these old ideals, these old thought patterns, right? Because the King of Swords is really thoughts, words, actions, right? So they had to break these old things of maybe they were really misogynistic, right? Maybe there's a certain amount of like joking and playfulness that can be had, but then there's a certain amount that's like, actually, that's really like belittling and misogynistic, and actually, it's not funny, right? Maybe there's a lot of that, right? Their words and their actions that just became kind of second nature that they were working on, that they were breaking down. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm picking up on. Yeah. Yeah. Small little stupid actions. It's like the smallest, stupidest little things that they just had to keep working on. Yeah. That were just that they didn't realize were unjust. It's like if people grow up like in the South, they may be more used to certain words or certain slang. If people grow up, in the West, they may be used to certain words or certain slang. If people grow up in the streets or in uh, you know, a private school, they may have different ways of it, like expressing themselves. And so it becomes natural, right? There's so many people, Six of Cups. Yeah. Especially people from our past. And for some of you guys, they could have just they're working on how to show up. For some of you guys, masculine can be a softer, gentler masculine that's also learning how to not be misogynistic or belittle, but how to show up as this prince, as this charming stoic, how to bring that out, because that's actually like their natural fluid state, right? Because see all the water, all the fish floating around, right? And especially in her mind. So how he's making her feel, how he's making her think is very fluid. There's lots of love, there's lots of emotion that's happening there. And he's standing strong and embracing it. So this is also learning how to maybe express or embrace this emotion that they feel. Maybe they've not been able to. Maybe they had to be too masculine to where they couldn't fucking cry or they couldn't say that hurt when you did that, and it changed everything for them. And now as this union is coming into play, they're able to actually do this, right? They're able to actually not pop off at the mouth, not saying little things, not bouncing in and out um, like just coming to fuck or coming whatever. It's like they've learned to hone their passion, their emotions, their energy and motion into more passionate things. Okay. For many of you guys, there was a couple that was involved. Okay. There's a Queen of Wands in reverse and a King of Coins in reverse. Okay. Doesn't have to be, but this is strong Aries, Leo energy. Okay. This is strong Earth energy. These people, um, actually, to some extent, I tried to attach a love demon, a lust demon, something like this. Yeah. Try to disrupt the lovers. Okay. So these people in the past, so this is what they had to get past, right? Is their emotions, their desires to be able to come into this union, to not be like maybe feeding this beast, feeding this desire, because they didn't realize that these people that thought that they were their friends that were offering them a little bit of love or a little bit of support were actually the ones that were stabbing them in the back. They're actually the ones that were blocking this love from coming into play. They're actually the ones telling this masculine, do this, do this, do this, say that, say that, say that. Just give a little bit of passion, give a little bit of energy, just act like this, and then they'll come back. And now they're like, fuck, you guys deceived me. I have all these swords in my back and I played games like a little fucking child. Now I'm over here feeling like a fool when before I was like this. Before I was like this, ready. Okay, so in order for masculine and feminine to come together, masculine may be finding out that they may have to cut off a lot more people. Yeah. People that they maybe friends, family, people that are very close to them, people that they love, okay? People that they thought were there to defend them are actually not, okay? They are banking on the downfall. They're banking on them not being victorious. They don't want them to be they don't, and maybe for some of them they don't want them to marry this other person. For some of them they want to marry them themselves, or they just want you to lose everything. Like not all people, like sometimes our biggest haters are the people closest to us, right? Like they're jealous. Like there's a lot of jealousy, and you guys will notice that as you're coming in to any type of strong connection, union, divine union, anything like this, you will have a lot of haters, a lot of people that are super jealous, that just want to cause problems, that just want to get in the way. It's just yeah. It's just because in the past, because they feel like they're getting justice in the past for someone else abandoning them. Maybe someone else maybe some other woman walked out on them. Maybe not just a mother that walked out on them or that abandoned them, but another woman that abandoned them, that decided to not go with them. And now maybe they feel like they're getting justice for that. For some of you guys, this could have been a strong earth or air sign woman that is a motherly figure. Okay. Doesn't have to be, but that was doing this, that was actually kind of driving a stake in between. Yeah, she wanted to create a missed opportunity because she was jealous because she wasn't getting enough attention and she wanted more energy or work to go in for her. Okay, it doesn't have to be your mother, it can be their mother, it can be a mother, it can be an aunt, something like this. But strong maternal energy that did not want you to move forward. They're blocking collective. For some of you guys, it can be this strong mother wounding, okay? That is preventing it, okay? In order to fix mother wounding, you have to be more of service to feminine. You have to spend more time in relationships with feminine, whether that's just platonic or romantic, doesn't matter. Okay, yeah. King of Swords in reverse, Lovers in reverse. Yeah, you're not taking action towards love, so you're not allowing yourself to receive love from a woman. Okay, for many of them, they could have been hurt. They could have been hurt by a woman, and now they're like, no, I don't know. But you're the only one blocking your happiness. You're the only one preventing your new path. You have passion, you know what you want, but you're blocking it. You're preventing it because you're afraid. You're afraid of what? Ooh, for some of you guys, masculine, strong energy coming in. I'm afraid that you're everything I wished for and more. Ooh, cheeky. For some of them, masculine is afraid because they've never felt or seen or met anything. Okay. And this is the difference between twin flame, right? And soulmate or karmic relationship. You're just like, you're everything, not your most everything that I want to know. You're like, is this really everything I wish for? Like, is this actually too good to be true? And if this is my ultimate wish, right? If a genie did come and give me this wish, grant me this wish out of the lamp. Yeah, just 2 of Cups. Is this the ultimate love? You guys. Yeah, there has to be okay, so some type of third party, the devil in reverse, okay? Capricornic energy does not have to be, but there is strong Capricorn energy here, okay? Um, this can be some type of addiction, okay? This can also be somebody else. This is something in the physical, very physical, that's keeping you down, okay? Addiction, okay? So this can be addiction to work, to porn, to somebody else, okay? To something else. This is something else that is coming in between. Third party situation, something that is coming in between. There is something that has been in between that is preventing, okay? And whether, yeah, another lover, okay? Some actual third party, some actual third party. And for many of you guys, it could have come out. You could have seen them for who they were. You could have seen that they are here trying to cause this tower. They are trying to cause this disruption. For some of you guys, they could have tried to strangle you or be choking you. Yeah, they could have been poisoning you. They could have been giving you something that you were drinking or eating that was keeping the spell going. Okay. See how he's pouring back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, but he's not even looking at it. Um, yeah, this is what's been blocking. Is someone else telling you that it will never work out, or creating all this fear or this judgment, this third party. It's definitely another person, other people. And definitely they were keeping masculine or feminine, take it as it resonates, in the spell. They were keeping the spell from eating something, eating or drinking something. They were putting something in it. They were putting some type of blood, some type of spell work, some type of tincture, some type of something else. Poison, slowly poisoning you. I'm not exactly sure. Something to keep you captive, to keep you attached to them. Okay. Yeah. Um, they did try some type of spell, some type of lust or sexual spell, but that wore off. You saw them for who they are, or you saw a collective for who they are, and that wore off. Tell me more about, let's go less. Actually, like, what's the resolution, right? It's masculine leaving the third party. King of Wands, 5 of Coins. I would say, and the Sun. Yeah. Okay. So this is what's causing a lot of the problem. Look at this. This card is all ripped up. Okay. The King of Wands. So someone expressed that you, collective, are their happiness, that all of their passion, all of their love, all of their heart, all of their joy, everything, it belongs with collective, not with them. And now this person, this third party or whatever, whatever, it can be a mother, it can be another person, it can be a friend, whatever, okay, a girl, whatever, it doesn't matter, right? They are making them, they are playing on this abandonment wound. They are playing on this wound to kind of beat them up, to beat them down, to take away this happiness, this happy ending. Okay, that's what's going on. Is masculine going to break free of it? 5, 6, 7, 8 of chalices, walking away, but this is in reverse. Okay, this is a choice. It's a choice. The Lovers. Okay, for many of you guys, this person that they said was their friend or their mother or their blah 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 brother or whatever actually happens to be their lover. Actually happens to be their lover or someone that they were previously married to. And they became jealous. They don't want to break, they don't want to end, again, yeah. They don't want to end the contract or whatever they have. They're playing this abandonment wound. They're playing this abandonment wound. Okay. So, Divine Masculine is going to stay stuck or what? What's going on? What are you telling us here? The Nine of Cups and the Tower. Wish fulfillment will never be achieved if they choose this other person, this Queen of Wands. Tower, tower, tower. She's over here pretending to calm the beast, but she's not. She's creating the beast. She's creating the towers. Okay. So for many of you guys, there is somebody else playing games, maybe working with magic, some type of magic, the magician, to keep under spells or something like this, okay? To make you feel like, again, if they, again, yeah, this magic, this spell. Okay, again, if you're feeling so connected to lust or porn or masturbation or whatever, like you have to, you have to, you have to. This is a spell, whether somebody physically put it on you or you let it get put on yourself because you want to be putting it on all the time, like it doesn't really matter, right? It's still a spell. You're still stuck in it. You're still captivated by it, regardless. You're still choosing to make action towards it. So if you stop having the coitus, if you stop having the sexual interactions, and if you stop eating or drinking their food, whatever it is, right? Stop receiving the energy from low energetic beings, then you won't have the problem. So that's where the problem is existing. The Knight of Cups. Tell me more about this Knight of Cups. They think they're doing the right thing. Masculine thinks that they're doing the right thing because this other person is trying to convince them. They're trying to convince them it's the better thing to do. It's fortitude to be copacetic to your past lover. It's strength in disguise. It's strength in disguise to still be in communication or to still be offering them love or kindness or whatever. That's actual strength. No, you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision on the options. Otherwise, you lose the Queen of Cups. Otherwise, you lose the actual love that's coming in, and you end up with this fucking karmic. Okay, guys. So this is the deal, because feminine is okay. Feminine doesn't need to be kept. Feminine will get all of her wish fulfillment. She'll get all of her money. She'll get all of her fame, fortune, recognition. Doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. She will receive that, and it will be generational. She will be holding on to it. Okay, with or without. With or without you, something like this. So yeah, it's a choice. You can't have both. In this case, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have your karmic and your twin flame. Like you can't. It doesn't work like that. Yeah. Someone from the past, okay? Past life, past. Tell me more about this. Someone is coming towards you, okay? Very strong Cancerian energy. We have the Chariot, okay? Someone from the past is actually rushing in. Someone from the past is actually coming towards you, actually making motion, actually going to show up like a warrior, like a prince, like very strong masculine energy. For some of you guys, feminine, you may have been waiting. You may have been like, this is an opportunity I didn't miss yet. For some of you guys, they may realize that maybe you're not waiting anymore. Now they're like, that's finally, they feel the cutoff. They feel that feminine is on the own, on to maybe other things. Maybe looking for divine partners in female energies, right? And this is what's triggering masculine to ultimately come in to end the bullshit, the world. They want to come in. For some of you guys, they want to come in and they want to protect you from the world. They may want to take you around the world, okay? You may be their whole world to them. Yeah. See, now we have the Fool in reverse. This isn't a leap of faith. Okay. For some of you guys, they had to get all their ducks in a line. They had to make everything in order. They don't want any towers. They don't want anything bad that can possibly happen. Okay. They only want this happy ending. Okay. They only want this 10 of cups. Okay. They only want to cash back in on this 4 of cups, what they thought was a missed opportunity sitting there, okay? And they want to swoop you up. It's like Beauty and the Beast style. See how she goes from being a mermaid to being the bride and being like, boom, see the castle in the background? For some of you guys, this is a real level up, okay? Feminine, you could have a lot of money that was left to you or a lot of money that is coming in for you. You may be receiving great wealth, okay? Maybe because you have healed, or you will help heal other people, many other people. Yeah, this could be part of your path, part of your wish or your dream. And you can possibly be traveling around the world doing it together. Actually, like healing people. Yeah, creating new stability together. You guys might have many places. Yeah, many places. There's going to be a lot of passion, but as the masculine re-enters this time, it's not going to be forced, right? It's not going to be forced passion. Like everything is going to feel, because they have done all of the work. Finally, most that needed to be done anyways, the majority. Because of that, they just get to heal together. They get to step into this next phase of kind of inaction together is kind of what I'm picking up on. It's like you get to heal together, but it's more like you get to feel together. You get to experience like all of the bliss, right? Like because you've waited so long, because you worked so long, because you worked so hard to get to this point. Now what's happening is it's like you guys just get to enjoy it together. You just get the bliss. You don't get all of the extra bullshit because you guys have spent the time working on yourselves, healing yourselves, yeah, individually to bring this ultimate manifestation or gestation into play. Yeah. And it's beyond passion. It's beyond a leap of faith. It's something. Look at, there's two lovers here in the spread. It's beyond that with the King of Wands in reverse. So it's not just this passion. It's like knowing, yeah, knowing that you guys had to balance yourselves out, temperance, get the energy right within yourselves to bring the lovers back together for you guys to actually make this leap of faith, to make this union. Yeah, there's going to be a big celebration, you guys. The lovers again. There's going to be a big celebration that comes into play for you guys. Yeah, we just had all four lovers. All four lovers on the table for some of you guys. There can be some other, there can be like a couple or a throuple or some other type of love situations. Okay. Someone wants to defend or someone wants to be defended. Yeah, you guys, this is beautiful. They will defend you. They will defend you to no avail. Okay. They will defend this love. They will defend your guys's work, your guys's whatever you're supposed to be doing together. Okay. They will defend you. They will take whatever action is needed to do that, to come into this union. And they realize that the balance means removing any of these third party situations. So that means any addictions, any people, any communities, any places, and knowing that they don't need you to tell them, that they already know. They know what they have to do to balance it out. That may be a lot because, you know, it's like, but if these other people have put you in the position where it's like your love, your stability, your happiness, your outcome, your future, um, and this your person, then who are you choosing? Your person or all these other people? Because all these other people aren't choosing for you to have your happy ending, right? They're not. They're not. And that's what it boils down to. And that's what masculine is basically realizing is actually all these people only care about what they can get out of me, not about my own happy ending, not about what I get out of the end of it. It's like masculine has been so busy always working with everybody else and for everybody else that they stop to think. And even feminine being overly in the masculine doing the same thing is not thinking about, but wait, who's helping with my happy ending? Like nobody but me, right? If I'm the only one, wait a second. So naturally, it makes sense to cut out all these other people. And if all these other people are really your people, then you need to say, listen, people, I need to give it some time. I need to give it like a month or a few months, or you know what I'm saying? Like I need to give it like 30 days or 90 days and like give me some time to actually like think, you know, like you kind of need like 90 days to really like try things out. But the reality is like people can still wear masks in that certain amount of time, right? They can still pretend to be maybe people that they're not in that amount of time. But the reality is at least if you have that time, if you say, listen, I want to be left alone. I want to go unavoided. I want to do all of this. And I want to see how I actually get with this person without all of this extra noise in my head, away from the same people, the same places, the same things, the same habits, the same addictions, the same blah, 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 talking, whatever, and see for yourself, right? See for yourself what you actually feel, what you're actually experiencing, and whether or not you've already found that actual person or not, right? I feel like you should really do that anyways, right? Like you guys should really do that anyways because it will help you to understand a lot more about yourself, how and what is driving me, right? What is driving me crazy? What is the force that's driving me? What is saying that I can or I can't do something? Where in my head is it slipping? Who is telling me I'm not good enough? Or who is it? Is it my internal? Is it my body? Are you muscle testing? Are you body testing on it? Is my body, is my being in agreement with this? Or is this just input, external output input that is affecting how I feel about it? Because a lots of times we don't realize like not all of our friends, not all of our people actually want us to be successful. And it's not their fault because lots of people are kind of like covert narcissists and they don't know. And they're secretly just jealous of someone else getting the thing that they always wanted. There is a lot of that. Now, a lot of that will be falling away, but a lot of that still does exist. And most people don't understand the capacity or ability of how to work with compersion, right? Which is the ability to have happiness for other people's happiness. So when someone gets a win, you're just like, yeah, instead of being like, motherfuckers, like, I was going for that. Like, no, fool, like everybody should win, right? What? What's wrong with you? You only want you to win or the people you like to win, but not everybody to win or be good at something? Like that doesn't even make any sense. That doesn't even make any like it's judgmental. That's small-minded, you guys. So we need to be able to, as a collective, be in a state of compersion, like, ah, this person is really healing. This person is feeling good. This person is doing something, whether it's in agreement with the person that we always knew them to be or not. Like, okay, this person's not drinking anymore, or this person's only doing this now, or this person's really into this now. Like, it's super weird, but embrace it. If people are actually your friends, then they will embrace your changes. They will embrace your cycles. They will be there after the cycle is over. You're like, you know what? I need 30 to 90 days to like not have anybody else's opinions in my ears and to just really like get with myself or get with this person or get with the situation and see where it goes, right? And when you do that, when we do that, then we actually know, right? The contrast is what creates our ability to say we do or don't like this, we do or don't want more of this, right? You don't eat something that tastes like shit and then keep ordering the same thing over and over again, unless of course there's nothing else to eat and you need to eat something, I guess. But like, no, you're gonna find something else. You're gonna find something else to eat that is satiating, right? You're gonna be like, actually this feels good. Actually, like, why was I listening to everybody else tell me that this didn't feel, that this wasn't good for me, when actually I feel good in it? Like, people are like, oh, well, you're kind of too big, you shouldn't wear this. And I'm just like, but I feel good. Like, I feel good in this. I don't give a fuck. Like, as long as I feel good wearing or eating or with or doing or whatever, as long as I feel good and I'm not hurting anybody else, there shouldn't be a problem. Now, if you're feeling good and it's hurting other people, there's a fucking problem. That's where the problem exists. Right? If you're just like, you know what, I don't like this person anymore and I want to be with this other person, and be like, you know what, I don't feel good being with you anymore for some reason. Or I feel better sometimes being with other people. So I've been hanging out with other people, or I'm going to start hanging out with other people, or whatever, right? Like, this is our direct honesty. This is our direct or indirect ability to be authentic to ourselves and say what we do or don't need, right? To be able to fill our needs or to be able to not fill our needs is our own personal problem, right? My problem, not my fucking problem. Like, this is your own problem. Like, what makes you feel good? Who makes you feel good? And if that means you have to remove everybody and start all over, then you sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you get to different levels and you realize that all of these people have not been on your side. They have not been on your team. They are jealous. They don't want you to exceed. They want to fucking mock you. They want to, to do all these things because they actually are jealous that have more going for you, or that you have more talent, or that you have more balls to actually do something, to actually follow that thing or that dream, or experience that thing that you love, or go for it, or see where it goes, or being open to it, right? Like, everybody wants to say, you can't do this and you can't, like, again, I said this yesterday, whether you think you can or you can't, either way, you've already told yourself what the result is going to be. Like, I'm American right now. Like, I can't see a purpose for going back to America right now because that shit is looking crazy. And people like to point the finger at everybody else, but not deal with their own infrastructure. I can deal with my own infrastructure and my own self and my own everything here, or from different countries, from other places where people are a little bit more slow, not slow in the head, but slow in the reaction, right? Emotions is energy in motion. When you have a fucking 80-year-old toddler, you know, an 80-year-old little boy up there like, I don't like the way you made me feel, and it's dictating wars starting across worlds, like, we got a little problem. Okay? That's not safe. I don't feel safe. There's not safety there. There's not support. They're sending all the money and the energy exterior, and they're not willing to help or be safe to me as a born, naturalized citizen that has lots of Native American blood also. So, what the fuck, right? Safety. Masculine needs to provide and create safety. Now, does that mean just with a house? It means when women go out, it means in general, in life, in places, in clubs, when we have to get a taxi, when we're walking to the street, when we're at the grocery store, whatever. Okay? Masculine and feminine is in balance and it needs to come in back into balance. And as these divine unions start to come into play, as you stop being little bitches and you actually just say, like masculine maybe needs to say to feminine, like, I, I like you're everything I ever dreamed of, and I don't know how to express that to you, but I would like to spend the rest of my life attempting to, if you would let me. If you would direct me, that would be amazing too. Like, they have to be able to admit, to take accountability that, like, yes, I do love this. No, I don't know how to do that. Yes, I do want this, but I don't know how, right? We have to use our big words. We have to use our communication skills. We have to be able to express our needs without letting our emotional state overcome. When our emotional state, well, I said you do this right now when I said it. And it's like, okay, well, when you calm down, we'll have this conversation again because I don't negotiate with terrorists. Okay. Mm-mm. Just because you're demanding something, just because you're giving an ultimatum, because all these other things, I don't care. Enjoy, have it. Does feminine want to do that? No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to tell you to go fuck yourselves. But if you make us enough times, then like that's what you're going to get, and you shouldn't be surprised, right? Like, let me know when you calm down so you're not creating reactionary stress, reactionary problems, and then we can move forward like normal adults. But if you want to have a tantrum, you're going to need to go on timeout because right now we're playing outside. This is like recess. Okay, guys. When we step outside, we don't take it outside to fight. Okay. Not boys will be boys. We're in a different system. Okay. When we come outside to recess, we come outside to play, to have fun. I'm here to have fun. But if you're not trying to have fun together, then just fuck out of the way. Leave feminine alone. And if it doesn't seem like it's fun for her, you need to ask her, this isn't fun for you. What can I do to make it more fun for you? What would please you? And if you're not willing to do that, then fuck out of the way. It's very simple. It's not complex, you guys. It's really not complex. Everybody wants to be seen and heard and respected. The problem is masculine has been screaming in it like a fucking baby, having a tantrum for centuries, and now female is like, okay, now you're going to listen up. Let me know when I have your attention. Let me know when you show up with your notebook ready to take notes and showing me that you're attentive and that you want to learn something and that you want to do this together. Because when you do that, then we know you're ready. We don't want to ask you. We don't want to be your fucking time fairy. We don't want to be like, hey guys, like, do you like? It would be nice if you took me out to dinner. Like, bro, if I have to tell you to make it a date or to ask a woman out to dinner, what the fuck is wrong? How old are you? What grade are you in? What grade are you in? And if you're scared, fucking face your fears. What's the worst they could tell you? No, and then you're right where you fucking started. Many of you guys, there is a lot of manipulation that is going through. Now, I noticed a lot in the emails, the messages, the media, texting apps, different things like this are definitely blocking So you guys need to get a little more creative, okay? Some masculines out there got to get a little more creative. They got to figure out how to get a letter. They got to figure out how to have some other type of contact. They got to figure out, they got to get somebody else maybe to make a call. Do something, right? You got to do something. Because for many of them there is this fear, and feminine does have a very big bright future coming in, and that is with or without masculine. It doesn't matter. Feminine has been true. Divine feminine has been true to her path. Masculine feels feminine disconnecting. We can feel you, but this is what you're asking for somehow. And we're just mirroring back to you as the mirror, as we started with the mirror in the beginning. We're simply mirroring back to you. Okay? Look at that. Changes now. Ganesha. And this is, what does this say? Be your best self. Okay? We're just mirroring back to you your own reflection. It's like whatever you are needing to see, right? Whichever version of yourself you're needing to see, or you're needing to feel, or you're needing to be met with, is what you're getting. So if you're hiding from yourself, if you're hiding from the truth, if you're hiding from loving yourself or from expressing your love because you're in fear of what other people may say, you need to get past that and, you know, everybody in their own pace and their own time. But just like looking at this Ganesha, right? It's really a choice. It's really a choice. Let's get a few of these. That's what it's telling me. Oops. You want me to use this one? Okay, hold on. It wants me to use the Crow's deck. Crow's deck, we have, because we had the Fool come out of the Crow's deck with this one. Okay, birds could be very significant. Bird tribe, wanderer or explorer. Okay. For some of you guys, they may be wondering, okay, they may be wanting to come in and say, I want to take you somewhere. I want to take you on a trip. I want to take you do something, something like that. They may be thinking about making a bold move. Okay, go somewhere with me. And masculine, you want to know if that's a good move or not. 10 of coins, treasure discovery. Okay, I think that's money. I think that's the money move. That's the money move, guys. That's the money move. For them, they can be worried because feminine is, they're worried. Okay, messages from rabbits. Messages for a rabbit. Service to the animal world. The energy, giving and receiving. Okay. They could be worried because they have animals. They might want to take you somewhere that has an animal. They might want to figure out, or you might need to figure out how to take an animal with you for some of you guys. Or maybe what to do with an animal, someone to watch an animal. Uncertainty, choose who you will become. Yeah, they have to choose. And the most important part that keeps coming through is just like, just be yourself. I'm getting this be, right? Just be yourself. You need to just be yourself. It's like you're overthinking it. You're overthinking it, masculine. You're overthinking it. You need to be yourself. Yeah, no need to fear. Again, 9, so you've hit completion. Remember how powerful you are. Okay, for some of you, this can be a very powerful masculine figure. They could be powerful, like they could be the head of a company. They could be powerful, like people know who they are. They could be an actor, some type of a leader. Could be part of an organization, something like this. Messages for the collective. Wake up, 23. It's your moment. 25, okay? It's your lucky moment, okay? It's like if you were told that now is the time to buy the lotto ticket, that something good is going to happen. Time is meow. Time is meow. Wake up. Wake up. The time is now. Do something. Do something. That these are the ones? Okay. These are the ones. Okay, find the lesson is upside down, so that's good. Discover the purpose in a situation, trust that you are learning. Okay, so you may have already learned a lesson. It could have just been that you needed time to kind of wake up to learn your lesson, to actually know, to create what you knew or what you did or didn't want. Two, I wonder what will happen next. Ready to adventure. Precipice of change. Pause before action. Okay. For some of you guys, that could have been what's going on. Okay. You could have taken a pause. You could be rejuvenating. Okay. That's what I have been doing before you start moving into action, before this next phase comes in. It can be really adventurous. Use your time well. Make every moment count. For some of you guys, this is coming very soon. Okay. Very quickly. Okay. And you guys will have some important things to do, but you need to use your time well. Okay. You cannot go back to yesterday. Be in the present moment. 44. Okay. So there may be for some of you guys, you may talk about some things that had already happened. Yeah, you cannot go back to yesterday. Be in the present moment. See, this is like a phoenix energy. So for some of you guys, there may be some things that you need to talk about the past. Okay. And even though you need to talk about those or bring them up, you need to understand that they already happened, that they are past, okay? And you need to figure out what will and what won't be conducive energy to deal with going into your future, okay? Most of you guys need to be able to let go. Some of you guys will be able to let go of these situations by sharing them with each other. That may be the beautiful space that you hold for each other. The Four of Coins, the Miser, the security. Yeah, this is the security. This is the place that you guys are actually going to hold for each other, is to share these Four of Swords. Yeah, look at this, 4-4. Four of Swords, to restore and rejuvenate. And that's what's going to actually help create this bond. Yeah. Yeah. That's what's going to help you navigate or progress further forward together, is by kind of sharing these things of the past, not to make it all about your past and all of these things, but to be able to hold the space. Like what I'm picking up on more is like, I want to know, I want to know what you're thinking. Like, I want to know everything about you. Like, I want to know all of the things that happen. Like, what are all of the things, people and places that caused you pain? What are all the things that you overcame? What are all the things that you hated about these people? What are all the things that you loved about them? Like, these may be things that um, you get to hold this safe space to finally share it, to be able to cry, and you'll be able to trust this person, where before the karmic relationship or the false flame was maybe a different type of scenario, right? Like it was maybe more of a, bring it closer to me, like it was maybe more of a like you would tell them something and they would use it against you, right? Like this is very narcissistic. This isn't going to happen. This isn't going to happen. You guys are going to be able to share like your deepest, darkest thoughts and secrets and all of this stuff with each other. And it's going to be different than anybody or anything you've ever experienced before, collective. Different than anybody else. Okay, so I see you guys are writing so many fucking comments. I can't really see. Sun in reverse, Nine of Cups, King of Swords, King of Cups, Queen of Wands. Okay. So I think before there was Before there may have been a power struggle, okay? Before there may have been a power struggle, the Sun in reverse with the Nine of Cups. This is power or Genesis, okay? Before, somebody may have wished to have to dominate. Maybe don't they wished or desired to have power over one or the other. Okay. They wanted to be more in control of a situation. That was part of their desire. As they move forward, King of Swords, domination or mastery, as they learned their own mastery, right? They became less about um, domination and more about divination, maybe, right? So King of Cups, diviner, sage. Okay, so um, for some of you guys, it's still very much their wish to play out some role, or wish or desire to play out some type of role of domination, power, something like this, through a state of love or something like this. Okay. What you need to know in this is something that will be grown towards. Okay. This is something that will be grown towards. Queen of Cups, shaman, enchanter. Okay. This is something that it's like you don't take your first hit of the TMT and just like boom, or you for like there's like stages. First you gotta do like some weed, some mushroom, like first you gotta work your way down the line. And as you do that, you come to the next thing that's the next thing for you. Um, Basically what it's saying here is don't give up. Okay, don't give up your power so quick. That will make you, that will make both unhappy. That will make both unhappy. Okay. um this is something, there will be a lot of trust to gain and to share. This is something that has to be more of a gained trust. This is something that you'll be able to feel, feminine. You'll be able to feel this more. Is there multiple people here, or is this just the same energy? Page of Coins, expression or a message. Yeah. Okay. Um, okay. So what I'm picking up on here is, okay, will it be okay for them to share all their deepest, darkest, like secrets, wishes, desires, wants? This can express some type of kinky thing, some type of domination, some different types of things that they want to share. And the answer is, um, yes, not all at once, maybe not all up front. You may not want to like just, I don't know. You guys will know. You'll be able to feel the vibe. You'll be able to feel the vibe, right? And know that by being open and expressing the truth and being in this honest truth, right? This expression or message, right? By opening up and sharing this bit of love, that gives the other person the ability to work towards, to move towards in a state of love, in a state of trust, something like this, to in a state of matched desire, you know. But you can't hide things. Yeah, this is something. This ultimately made me um, break off one of my longest relationships ever. Was this. They hid something from me for like 5 years. And I was like, I can't ever trust you again because you lied to me about something I asked you about 100 times for so long. For so long. I'm just like, I can never, like, can I ever trust you again? Because if you hid something so, when we're so connected and so open and so, doing everything together, it's like, what else were you hiding? Right? And then I tried to be cool with it for a while, and then I actually found a bunch of other stuff. I found a bunch of other videos and a bunch of stuff that I'm actually doing with other people, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah. The magician, sorcerer, or alchemist. How we choose to see or turn things is, um, we create, we lay or create the structure of the palette for how we want things to be, right? And you can be upfront and say, You know, I have a lot of things. I have a lot of things that I've created, a lot of things that I like to do, a lot of things that I'd like to share. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. I don't think that it's like a hard one to say, guys, because the energy that's coming through on this, like what I'm being asked, what I'm being channeled, is really interesting. What they're asking me is, do you share all of these kinks? Do you share all of these things that you did, that you like to do from the beginning? And the answer is yes. If you want to have something, if you want to not be hung up, but hang with, then the lover's energy, right? Like, um, yeah, you need to be able to express that. This is maybe not like a first date question, but like maybe before fucking, before marrying, before moving in together. Like this is this type of thing. The lovers would be a yes, right? Um, it's this type of thing that needs to be kind of addressed. And the reason why is people need to know. Um, People need to know what kind of person they're going to be with, and be able to make that decision. Most times when people are honest about things, okay, 8 out of 10 times, people will just say, okay, yeah, thank you for sharing. Like, I'm really glad that I know that. And since you were honest about it and we can be open about it, and that's cool, like that we can figure that out, right? Um, that's generally how it goes. When they are when you hide or when you lie about something in the beginning, right? When you hide something, it means that there's already something that you're secretly hiding. So you know that either it's your own judgment that feels like this other person will judge you, right? It's really yourself judging yourself. Um, because if it's something that you're really into, then you should be able to share that, or the other person should be able to respect that, unless it's like a really bad habit or something crazy. Then, like, if you have a divine connection, you should be able to share that. And by not sharing that and bringing it on later, it's like people can feel like they're lied to, right? Right? Like it's like, imagine if you're like, oh yeah, you know, like this happened to one of my exes, right? Where he thought he was going with the girl, and it ended up being a boy, right? And ended up having a pen 15 just like him. And that was like, oh, I feel deceived, right? I feel tricked. And like to have relationship, to have any type of intimacy, whether it's physical and like sexual intimacy, is a safety space, right? It's how people can communicate. It's a space of safety that people feel within each other, to be with each other. And because of that, it's like if you're lying or hiding something, then you're wearing a false mask. Then there is a level of deception. Then there is a level of intimacy that you're fearing yourself. This is people that lie about having families and children, or dicks, or fucking boyfriends when they have a girlfriend, or girlfriends when they have a boyfriend, or whatever, right? Like, it, they are only getting something by being deceptive. This is not sustainable. This is not orthid sixth density consciousness. This is not true. This is not love. This is lust. This is demonic incense. Sex is sacred energy exchange. It doesn't mean like you're not gonna get a prostitute and be like, this is gonna be sacred. Like, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You're not having sacred energy exchange with friends that fuck, like friends with benefit. Like, you're not. Like, it's not happening, you guys. You guys are fucking funny. But this energy is funny. 8 of Coins, knowledge and insight. Yeah, it's like what you were taught is bullshit, right? This is coming out in reverse. What you were taught, what you were learned, what you learned from your media, from your books, from your TV, from the physical world, like all of this structure is changing. Yeah, look, death. 10 of Swords in reverse. It's like it's gone on long enough. Now, like, you should be able to share it unless you're doing some weird shit, unless you like to like do weird things with children, or unless you're a sick fuck and you do things with like fucking animals or doing weird shit, bro. Like, then, like, I don't know. You need some mental help. You need to go some other places. But most things you should be able to discuss with a person that you're attempting to be intimate with, and you should be able to be honest about that. And if you can't be honest about that, okay, like I said, this isn't necessarily like a first date. This is maybe like a third or a fifth date conversation. Um, Unless you know that this is just your person, you're like, I just have to throw everything out, all cards on the table. Like, go for it. Yeah. 7 of Cups. Wonder, chance. Like, sometimes you got to shoot the dice. Sometimes you just got to throw it all on the table and be like, this is what it is. Okay? This is what it is. For some of you, you may be finding out that they have already been married, that they have another husband or wife, or had another husband or wife. This happened to me. That's why I never will do that shit again. Like, bro, if you're entertaining anybody else, then enjoy that. Thank you. Any other messages? Any other messages for the collective? So I'm just picking up that masculine or feminine to take how it resonates. What I'm feeling is that they feel that one or the other is like this shaman, this enchanter, right? They exceed or surpass, that they're like above them. Hearing this song, she's so high above me. She's so lovely. Something like this. I have no idea. It's like really high pitch. They feel like in this case, what I'm picking up on very strongly is they feel like feminine's energy, divine feminine, exceeds or surpasses, right? Exceeds or surpasses their knowledge, their healing, their shaman, their enchanter, their magician, their warlock, whatever they think they are or know they are. Okay, not being an asshole. I'm just being real. Divinaire, this divinaire stage, right? Because we have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Yeah, for some of them, they're scared because they know that they can't hide something from them. So they know that they're going to know if there's somebody else. King of Wands, disciplined and devoted. For some of you, okay, they might want to show you so much passion. Like, for some of them, the way that they show their passion or love is through devotion, right? This can be through acts of service, right? Through physical acts of service, right? Because now we have, is this multiple couples or is this the same? It's the same couple. Because they're seeing you guys. Okay, so this is really cool. Okay, so let me explain. First, they initially saw you. The desire was to dominate. Okay, of course, to master this, like as if they could, right? As if you could like master, understand feminine, like cage a bird, so to say. But then they learned and they came into this other space. They became more of the magician, right? They learned more. Okay, for many of you guys, this connection, this twin flame connection, could have made them learn more about themselves or do more for themselves than anything else in their lifetime. And how they see it as, okay, the king and the queen of cups, right? They see you guys as these super seer, like shamanic energies, like these really interconnected, interwoven energies. But then they also see you as this very, very loud, um, won't shut up. That's not nice, you guys. Don't say that. Never shuts up. Fuck you. Fuck y'all. Queen of Wands, theorize, calculate. King of Wands, disciplined, devoted. Um, they see you as someone very passionate and always calculating, always thinking, always, you've always thought of something. Just when they thought that they thought of it, that they would like already have it taken care of, right? And be like, like with their lightning bolt, like quick to it. Like you've already figured out, like feminine has already figured out like multiple ways, like and outcomes and like the best way actually. And that, um, that's why they feel, that's why they know that they can't actually gain the mastery over you, that actually you exceed or surpass them. And that's what they want to come in and tell you. But their ego has a hard time because I feel like there's a lot of other people. There was a 10 of swords. Yeah. Strength and endurance. Okay. There's a lot of other people. It's also taking a lot of strength, a lot of heart. I'm getting like, I'm seeing this lion here, but I'm like seeing the lion from the Wizard of Oz, you know, like what did he need? Did he need a brain? No, that was the scarecrow needed a brain. The Tin Man needed a heart. What did the lion need? The courage, the strength, the courage. If I only had a courage, something like this, right? Endurance, fortitude. Okay. They need more courage. So let's take a moment and send divine masculine, send this energy, send this magic energy to them, letting them know that it is within them. When they feel this love, it's like, yeah, not to be dumb, you guys, but it's like Peter Pan when he's like, think of your happy thought, think of your happy place, right? Now hold that happy thought, right? And it's like that love, that happy ending, that happy thought, that connectivity, that ultimate balance, that whatever it is, right? That is that magic thought. That is that erupting, burning thought, this love, or the love that you feel being connected or with this divine counterpart. And we send that love, that thought, that energy. Send it. Send all of that courage, all of the courage. All of the courage to masculine, to either say the truth, which is some of them also feel um, not like you're better than them, but like you're better than them. Like maybe like they're not good enough for you. Okay. A Seven of Wands, persevere, endure. Some of them feel like where they thought they could dominate you, it's actually very hard to keep up with you. It's like they can't endure what it takes, the strength, what it takes. Some of them may just, this may be where the courage is coming in, like they're not, like they're never enough, like they'll never be enough for you. They see you as everything, okay? They see you as this Ace of Wands, this success, this ruler, this awesome, having everything, this sage, this mentor, this hierophant. Like you've learned things, you've done things, you're not afraid to say whatever needs to be said, the truth. And for many of them, part of the problem is they don't feel, come on now, good enough. Oh, the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Coins. And we have the Nine of Coins, so that's the 10 of Coins. So for some of them, they could have felt not good enough for a minute, maybe because they didn't have enough money, or what they felt like was enough money or something like this, because they didn't, maybe they thought that they needed more things materially, or they needed to make more money, or they needed to do more things. The Knight of Coins, yeah, Anchor Essence. Okay, the Knight of Coins is the slowest moving knight in the deck. So maybe there's a lot of things that they had to do in the physical world to sort out, in order to get these coins, or in order to have something, have enough to offer you for what they feel like you have to give. Okay, because Ace of Coins, yeah, wealth arising. This Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. Nine of Coins. For some of you guys, you can have this false flame trying to come back. Okay. Queen of Swords, elusive, mythical. Yeah, you might have someone trying to come back in the same time that this other person is attempting to enter. Okay. And this other person is going to come back because they know, they've seen, they've either gone to a reader or seer or some other type of somebody they've seen, or they already know someone they've made a deal with or taken a payment from, that the Wheel of Fortune, that the Wheel of Fate is turning in your favor, and you have wealth, health, chemistry, family. You have everything, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. You have it all coming in, and it's all going to be anchored in. So this is something, this is all of your dreams coming true. This, the Lover, the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Coins, it's like, you really, you really put in the work to get all of this. And this other person is still wanting to kind of come in and try to cause some type of disruption or turmoil, because they want to stay in your field, or they want to try to get some of that outcome. They try to. For some of you guys, they were willing to trade your life, for this money. So don't you forget. Don't you ever forget that when you try to take people back. Yeah, wealth arising. And this is somebody that's literally only trying to come back to you because they know you're about to come into some money. And they want to get their hands on that because they lost everything what they were supposed to get from taking you out. The Chariot. Entity, channel. Yeah. Okay. They are going to try to come in to hop on to collective, to do something else, to take something else. Do not distance yourself from them. Okay. Distance yourself. You may have already done it. For some of you guys, you're still in the process of doing it. You may have needed that confirmation. The Hierophant. Yeah. Temperance. Yeah. You may have just been learning this lesson, the High Priestess, and saying, yep, now I know. Now I'm listening to my intuition. I am on point. I balance myself out. I'm super on point. I know what's going on. And I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson. I don't need to learn that one again. I'm fucking out. I'm out of here. Look at all these birds. Birds can mean something. Flying the coop. High Priestess, Necromancer, Seer. Yeah, this is someone that's seeing chemistry fusion. Someone that's like, you know what? This isn't working out. I'm going to go over here to where something else is working out. Some of you guys, there can be a mentor entering, or you can see this other person, this divine counterpart can be coming in. You guys can be each other's mentors, or you guys can maybe find a mentor or something together. This may be how it starts. I'm not sure. Six of Coins, gifts and bounty. Three of Cups, fruition and realization. Okay, so actually someone, okay, when this masculine comes back in, they actually, part of what they want to do is, because you guys may be into similar things, they may want to give you a gift or take you somewhere to do, to work with some type of sage or mentor, or to like learn things, right? Like maybe you go to India to learn yoga, or to learn something else, right? Maybe you go to learn more channeling, or more whatever your thing is, you know, whatever your sage or your mentor would be, right? Like they want to take you to do that, you know, some type of trip or ceremony or whatever like this. They want to do that. They want to do that. That's what they want to do. They want to you know, whether it's like a party or a conference, or something that you look up to. Okay, it can be both. Okay, they want to have a celebration, but they also know that you like learning, and they want to learn, and they want to grow with you. They want to figure out how to create stronger chemistry and fusion with you, and they feel like this is the way. This is the way. Gifts, bounty, fruition, realization. Okay, so that is the way you want to learn from somebody, or go somewhere to learn something, or to do something together. Something that you guys will learn together. Seven of Cups, wonder, chance. Okay, you should if you what they're wondering is if they should have more than one option. The answer is always yes. Unless you feel like this is the one fucking thing, this or that, like, yeah. But it's good sometimes to have more than one option. Be like, I really found this thing that I really, 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 really love. But if they don't seem into it, then just be like, also, there's this one. Or you can just be like, here's a few things. Here's a few things, like, which one do you like best? Right? Which one do you like best? King of Coins, dedicated, adamant. A hangman, to transcend and evolve. They want to figure out, yeah. If you're trying to figure out and offer whatever that you want, if you want to have like the best union possible, then yeah. Ace of Swords, powerful, dynamic. To have already made the decisions, to have multiple decisions, and then it's just choices. Oh my God, you know how women feel when they get to choose, and they get to choose something. Not like, oh, choose what you want for dinner because you have to make the decision. It's like, here are three fucking places I chose. Which one do you want? Here's three flavors. Which one do you want? Choices, choices. Okay. King of Coins, dedicated admirer. Yeah, adamant. Oh, I don't know why I said admirer. For some of you guys, this could be a secret admirer, somebody that's been watching you for some time now. But this person is going to be adamant and dedicated to you, to giving you that stability, for you to have stability, security, provider. Yeah, they want you for themselves. Miser, security. Again, the security is coming up. Okay, they may have security for you. Okay, they may be so overprotective of you. Three of Coins, imagination, ability. Yeah, or you're about to be You're about to go from being shy to being really famous, really, really popular, something like this. Um, what you do for work or who you're going to be working with is going to get big to where you're maybe going to need security. And collective, you guys just like to stay inside. But for many of you guys, this work, this new opportunity, something like this, um, you're going to make a good decision with it, and you're going to get out of this shy or timid state. For some of you guys, you might already be out of the shy or timid state, and just you walked away from working with these old people. Okay, that were trying to prevent you. Okay, another story. Some of you guys are walking away. There could have been somebody, a very strong earth sign, that was holding you captive, and you decided to walk away. You decided to break free of that. You decided to try some new type of work, and it is bringing in some type of justice. You will be super secure. You will be super secure by doing this. You're securing something else. You're securing something else by having walked away from something. You walked away from working with somebody, something, from something, and it's bringing in justice, like big time justice. Ace of Swords, powerful, dynamic. Eight of Wands, exceed, surpass. Yeah, this is something really big. It's bringing in really, really, really big justice, guys. So, um, yeah, for some of you guys, walking away from this other third party or somebody else, and being okay, is bringing in your actual destiny. It's bringing in your actual destiny. Is there anything else? Because now I feel like people are just putting out weird energy, weird questions. Anything else? Six of Coins, Page of Cups, Ten of Wands in reverse. Okay. Somebody wants to spoil you. Someone's going to get spoiled. Someone's about to get a lot of gifts, a lot of bounties, unearthly, mystical. Okay. Not little gifts, but big gifts, because this was in reverse. Okay. So maybe many things that you were actually emotionally satisfied, physically satisfied, many things that you need on a physical and emotional level, not small. And you're not going to have to work for them. You've already done all the work, all of the torment, all of the work. You've already done it. Okay. For some of you guys are wondering, do I have to keep doing the work? Like, no, you don't have to keep doing the work. You have to keep doing the protection and the work that you're here to do, your soul's mission work. But there should not be more work. This should be. Mm, It should be smooth. It should be easy. Okay. Two of Cups, partner nexus. Yeah. The Magician and the Sorcerer. You guys together, if two or more people have the same vision, hold the same vision and outcome, they can create it, can manifest it much faster. So when this person arrives, when this person shows up, when this person communicates, I mean, I think they're going to come with a bunch of gifts, something like this. Okay. Um, when they do this, when they come to offer their cup, when they come to say, "You're my partner, you're my nexus, you're my beginning and my ends. I have dived through seas of times and done crazy stuff, and I've waited far too long to even be able to reap what I sow. But I'm using the strength that I have. I'm using this strength and this pain, this past heartache and pain, to navigate, to move forward, to navigate and progress through, to push past this dark night of the soul, past this crucified, tortured part of myself, right? To exceed or surpass who I was, what I was stuck in, right? And remove myself out of the space of not being able to receive this justice, and being understanding that actually I deserve this. I get what's just now. Okay. Someone has stepped out of their mental prison. Yeah. into this fruition or this realization. And now they're able to manifest this happiness. Yeah, to anchor this essence of it, to use this wisdom to actually take this leap of faith and to create this chemistry into play and to preserve and to endure, to protect it and to switch the role. Yeah, because this is kind of like a missed opportunity or change upside down to switch that. Yeah. And the devil is in reverse. Okay. So what it's saying is they're not just giving there's going to be some type of physical gifts, okay? Like actual gifts. For some of you guys this can be a new car or a new bike or a new roller skates or something with wheels, um some type of movement or some type of vehicle to do something to move on. Okay, so it depends on who you are, what might be. Okay, can be land or water or something like this. They want to give you many things, but not just on a physical plane, on a spiritual or an emotional plane. They may not know how to be all the way at that spiritual level where they thought they were this high level spiritual being. They can't hold a candle to feminine, I guess. But it's like they want to be there physically, emotionally, and they want to figure out how to build that spiritual bond, right? Um, Maybe you're like their mentor or something like that. So maybe you've taught them a lot. Maybe they're afraid. Maybe that's part of what they're afraid to say too, is like they want to learn from you, but they don't want you to feel, they don't want to feel inferior. They don't want to create a weird dynamic, right? But the thing is like when we can come together in no matter what type of intimacy, no matter what type of relationships we come together in, when we share the things that we're each good at, that we're each individually good at, then it's not like anybody is lording over anybody else, right? It's like, oh, you're so silly. Let me show you how to do that. It's like, oh, wow, you're really good at this. It's like, yeah, that's kind of my thing, right? Like everybody has different things that they're really good at. And so you need not feel inferior. Feminine's natural space is in a state of devotion, in a state of love, in a state of compassion, right? In this Kuan Yin state, not really, you know, you may need some breaking down. For some masculine, they can be afraid because feminine might break down, might mirror back the aspect. And I think that you need to not be afraid. Fear not, fear not, whatever the most repeated verse in the Bible or whatever. Be not ye afraid or some shit, right? Like Um, that's fear. That's part of the manipulation. That's part of the mind control. Worry not about that. Worry more about, um, just be honest. Just be like, listen, I'm ready to receive all of it, but I'm super sensitive, so it may take me some time, or you may need to let me freak out or scream or cry or whatever, and I don't want you to, like think I'm a bitch for it or whatever. You got to say it. Sometimes you just got to say it or do whatever you got to do. Like you got to be like that. Be like that. So, yeah, you got to get out of this state of distress and confusion and just say, this is who I am. And when someone's like, that's a little bit much, like, let's tone that up or down a little bit. Like, see where it's at. See how it feels in your soul. Does it feel good in your soul? Is it like, oh, this person is like pushing me to be a better version of myself? Or is it like, oh, this person's like it hurts. It hurts. Now, some things are going to hurt. We have growing pains, but you need to be able to um, feel the difference, right? That's where your intuition comes in. That's where you're tapped into more feminine state and you can be in a different space. So, guys, I'm going to leave that here. Hopefully, I gave you guys some clarity. I know you guys have been on here with uh, with all of these things. Divorces, you can be my mentor. Let me be your manager. Let me be your manager. You guys have been writing for so long. I hope you guys are having hope you guys are being positive and inspirational to each other in the chat, that you guys are being awesome to each other, that you're sharing love and light and good information. I hope that I can read all of it later because you guys have been going off. It's just too far for me to see, and now I can only see like three at a time. It's like this big. Um, but thank you so much for being part of your journey, for being aware, for wanting to be aware of the difference between the twin flame and the soulmate and the karmic, and knowing that we have lots of different soulmates and lots of different karmics. And it's okay. It's about taking the lesson and moving forward from it and not beating ourselves up about it, but understanding what we needed to understand, right? Like the last partnership that I had, I got to experience many things. We got to be each other's parents and brothers and lovers and sisters and grandparents and just like many different children. We got to be many different facets, and so it was cool, right? There was a lot of soulmate energy, but also false flame energy because there's a lot of karmic energy of not healing, of trauma bonding, and all of these other things, right? Of repeating and having to learn. So, did you guys learn and heal that pattern together? And sometimes what happens is certain, like one of the partners actually did the work and healed and integrated it, and the other one actually didn't. So they're still suffering this wound, this abandonment wound, whether it's from the woman or the mother or what or the father or whatever it is, right? They're still experiencing that. And so that's kind of problematic, right? And so sometimes we grow apart, sometimes we grow together, and sometimes we grow apart. And that's okay because everybody's on their own journey and nobody else is on your journey. Nobody else is you. Nobody else has experienced what you've experienced. Nobody else will experience or feel it the same. This is part of source creation, experiencing itself individually, and be grateful for that. Start every day with gratitude. Like, how can I show my gratitude? How can I be happy and in my joy? And like, whatever. Uh, I'm sure there's people that want to say, see, I'm seeing this first time. Hello for your first time. Nice to meet you. Heidi, you are pretty. Love you. Okay, cool. So for what I was just gonna say, this is so funny because I looked down. Um, and I say some people are like, oh, some people will talk so much shit because I have all these colorful things on my face, right? Because I have all this colorful makeup on. And they'll say this and that, or oh, you're a man, or oh, you're a cross dresser, or oh, it's this, or oh, it's that, or talking shit. And I do this. This is my joy, you guys. This is my joy. I am my own canvas. I love to make clothes and art and decorate things, be artistic, to color things, right? Life should be more colorful in many sorts of ways. And thank you. This is a scarf that somebody gave me that was their mothers that had passed on. And they're like, I know that you're going to use this. And initially, it started as one of my first scarves that I used for all of my tarot cards, actually. Thank you for your energy and for your love and your response. I go on generally every day around this time. Sometimes it depends on what's going on. It depends on the energy. Sometimes I need to meditate more and receive more information. I'm going to work on doing love reads more, like a few times a week, because I feel like you guys really like the energy. And then I can do shorter, more frequent love reads and then maybe collective energy reads. I'm figuring out how to reschedule it now that we're in Aries and we're moving forward, and I'm finally just have some stuff in a little studio space. I'm still kind of floating around. So um as we all slowly get our lives and our asses in order, right? Because we can't all just wait around. Sometimes we got to make stuff happen so we're not hanging out in the street, and we can have our cute little kitties with us and feel good and safe and be able to create things, right? So, like, yeah, I'll have things more on schedule as soon as human beingly possible, I guess. Something like this. Um, Yeah, little by little, but I'm doing my best, and that's all we can do. And if you're doing your best and you're still giving love and you're still open to receiving love and experiencing love after all of the crazy shit you've been through, everyone, I know everyone is on their own unique journey, but I know everyone is definitely gone through some changes from last year, the year of the snake, into this year of the fire horse. And we just started into the new year, into Aries. Happy birthday to all of the Aries out there. Um, and so, yeah, we're just really, we're in this forward momentum. But a lot of my guides are like, sit, meditate, rest, be zen, be shanti, receive downloads. And I've been receiving, I write so much, you guys. I write so much. Okay. Um, and I've been receiving so much downloads about what we're going to do and moving forward and all of this stuff. And now I'm just like, okay, well, now I need actual like other humans in the vicinity to help like start carrying these out or to help start making them because I understand, right? Like I understand like I do all of these things, but like I'm not really like a technical, like I can organize things to be like functional and organizing, but like I don't want to sit on a computer and do the organizing. That's a little bit too much. Like I don't edit these videos. A long time I used to get blocked because I dropped the F bomb and I just got over it, right? I don't like if it's for you, then it's for you. If I'm not fucking for you, then I'm not fucking for you. That's not my fucking problem, right? Like who gets the message gets the message. Who receives it is it's for. What you get out, what you resonate with within the message doesn't have to be all of it. It can be a portion of it. It can be all of it. I don't really know. It's not my problem. I'm the messenger, right? God bless the messenger. Okay. So, as always, if you guys are out here and you're still on this journey and you're still experiencing love and you're still pushing through, especially divine feminine, I'm sending all of my extra love and light and energy to you. Masculine, I'm sending you all the extra courage. This little cowardly lions out there. Let's give them a nice kitty cuddle and all of the courage that they need to step into these protective positions, right? This is masculine as a whole, protecting humanity as a whole. Feminine is creation, is you all came from a woman. So we want to protect the women and the children and the future, you guys. So thank you everybody for participating and writing down, if you guys listened yesterday, writing down all the things that you want to see in the world, not all the complaints, but what are all of the great implementations that we can put into systems that we don't like don't worry about how it works within that system. What is the new system? The new KNEW. What is the system that you know that we can input into the collective conscious and know how we can change things better for the world, right? That's key. That's what we really, really need to work on together, not complaining and not pointing fingers, but really sharing the things, right? Sharing and writing the things. Words are spells. That's why it's called spelling, right? Writing down like I envision our future like this. This is what education, this is what food, this is what systems is going to be like. And they can be completely different than they are now. We have all this Aquarian energy, which means everything is going to change drastically in ways that we never expected. In like Uranian energy is crazy, guys. So, anyways, as always, infinite blessings, love, and light. Um, my information is down below. I'm not doing personal readings right now, only sessions. They start at like 45 minutes to an hour. I do sessions where we do reads, we do intuition, tune in. I speak to your oversouls. We speak to your oversouls and see what they need you to know or what you need to know. Um, if you want to do love sessions or any medium work, that is a whole different thing, but you got to email me at DivinityWithinThee with two E's at gmail.com. The same email you can use to donate to my PayPal. That's amazing. It's what helping me survive right now, you guys, as I'm making all of these shifts out of these crazy old toxic dynamics of families and karmics and fake false twins and all this other stuff into the new era, into these new things. So I appreciate all of your guys' love and support. As always, if you are pushing through. I am proud of you. Keep going. You got this. You're amazing. I love you. And until next time, ciao for now.